Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Minecraft Tuesday. Sorry, I was a little bit late today. I was eating my lunch, and I didn't want to eat it on stream. But to hopefully make up for it, I got my print cam today because I'm actually printing some cool stuff. So hopefully that makes up for it a little bit. Let me get my music set up. There we go. Now we got some music. And then we're just going to hop right in since I started kind of late. But yeah, all right. Well, hello, everyone. It's good to be back. I assume that Kirby's not going to be here. He's indicated that he might not be as active on stream anymore. Which I want him to do whatever he wants to do. So I don't know what we'll be doing today then, because I wanted to spend the bulk of it working on the Walmart, but if he's not here, I don't know how we'll do that. Excuse me. Keep hiccuping. Gigi might also join us, but that's more up in the air than Kirby is. I'm hoping Kirby makes it here because I want to play games with him. What the heck? So how has everybody been doing? Everybody been all good? I have been working on a lot of stuff 3D printing wise, which I'm excited to show off. I want to do a 3D modeling stream coming up. Not sure when. I might do it on Twitch tomorrow. I have to see how my day goes. But yeah. So unfortunately, I don't have the map that Kirby does of the landscape. So I don't actually know where to put the front. So I'm thinking it would be funny to kind of have the parking lot. Where do we want to have it intersect? Maybe like right here. Where's the first? Let's say right here. Okay. So, the build that I'm making right now on stream is, I think, going to be really exciting. It's shaping up to be, like, one of my favorites. Come on. There we go. So we're gonna need to add a bunch of stone there to level that off. Yeah, I don't know where. I wish Kirby was here so that we could. I feel like I spend every stream just like assembling tools and then not actually like building anything. Hopefully he gets back to me, or Tim gets back to me, or anybody. You know what? I'm gonna send a message and see. Wonder where everybody is. I will... Or maybe there. I'll move chats just to make sure that people can see me. I don't know. I don't know. It's really weird. I hope Kirby's okay. We haven't talked in a while. So. Like outside of stream, I mean. Because I think what he wanted to do was have, if I remember correctly, he wanted the store to be over in this direction and then the parking lot to be here. But I don't remember. Oh! 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 Oh, sick. Look. My print's ready. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to go down and swap the filament color. I'm going to make sure... I'm going to get myself into my house so that I don't... Or this house so I don't get, like, blown up or something. There we go. Okay. Now pull up OBS. All right, perfect. So I will be right back. I'm going to swap the filament, and you guys get to see it. It should be really cool. You'll, like, see my hand and everything. Whoa! Who the hell is Gojo? So is it cool to see me on the other chat or the other cam? I mean, you can see my shadow. That's so funny. I gotta do some like maker videos, but I don't have a cam in my office. Okay. Well, I guess a lot of dirt. A lot of quartz. Did we use quartz? I didn't think we used quartz in the build. But maybe we did. Oh no. I just took these out of the box. Why did I put them back in? No, I want them in here. Okay, perfect. Drop you in there. Balls. What that? What are you? What are you? What are you? What was that? Was that an endermite? I feel like I recognize that mob as an endermite. Perfect. So the only other thing I can think of to do right now is to go grab empty shulker boxes and fill them up with this colored concrete and just start transporting it over here. I'm kind of sad because I wasted a good title on a stream that might be kind of... I don't know. We'll see. I don't know where everybody went. Oh, I forgot to transition over into Minecraft. Oh my gosh, I'm washed. Alright, Kirby's big hole. Nah, we want the item sorter. No, we want the end. That is... over here. Right? End portal, yeah. Wow, wow. I hope somebody didn't leave this on. Yeah, I'm still confused where the pink concrete powder went. Ow. I guess I might maybe I forgot it in the last stream. I haven't looked back at the footage. But either way. Okay, sweet. Let's see. So that's the stuff that we haven't treated. Let's look at the stuff that we have treated. No. Sandstone. Concrete. All the concrete I'm gonna take. Oh wait, why am I taking it out of the chests? Or shulkers? I think it's best if we take... I don't want those two. Okay, so don't need you. This is silly. What put those mine carts? I might be able to empty this. Oh yeah, I could. There we go. All right. Now what we do is okay, perfect. So this is nothing in it. I want to put all the sandstone in it. The regular sand I'm going to craft. Is it 4 for a sandstone? Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. And then more sandstone. We need gray concrete. I don't know if we need blue. I think we're using light blue. And I don't think we have red, so all of those colors can stay. There we go. Perfect. Gray, gray, gray. I don't think we're using cyan. We have everything out of there. Gray, 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 gray. I don't think we have anything more than that. Gray. Boom. This is all gray concrete powder, so I can't use that. And sandstone. Okay. Go. Over here. Gray, 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 gray. Oh, lime and lime we're not using. Perfect. Now we just go back to the nether. And the next thing is I think I'm going to dump the other concretes in the item sorter. Because I think that's the best place for them right now. Forgot the item sorter's in Tim's house. Okay. I wish I remembered how to operate the... Okay, so these two I definitely just need. Boom. Good. And then that way, if we need any of this, we don't have to keep going to the nether or the end to grab it. We can just come here. But I'm separating out the stuff that we need for the build. Okay, perfect. And then I want to go to the end because I want to grab like one of each of the colors just so that I separate those out. I think I was supposed to go this way. Yep. I want to separate out one of each color so that we know that we don't like miss out on them or lose them or something. It's minecarts. There's so many beacons. Holy shit. Clay. Clay doesn't drop, so... Okay. What do I want to do? There we go. These are all empty, so I want to take them up top. What the? Guess I'm walking. So how's everybody doing? Well? I hope well. Okay, good. This one stays here. This one comes with me. Actually, I can grab the mine carts because I could take those back to the nether and put them in that box. But I'm going to grab 2 of those and 2 of the light gray. Let's make this area just a little bit safer. Nice. So this should have less crap in it. Yeah. I'll take this slime block with me. Oh, man. Oh, that worked. Nice. 2 of you, 2 of you, whoop, 2 of you, 2 of you. Right, I think that's every color that we have. Perfect. Sleep here. I feel like I just am going around in circles. I hope we didn't accidentally solidify all the colors. No, wait, Gigi? Hold on. Gigi's here, everybody. Keep going the wrong way. Okay, boom. Perfect. Keep that stocked. I feel like I'm supposed to turn this off, but I don't understand how it works, so I'm just going to leave it. There's the anvils. Okay. Where's a good place? Boom. Now, the question is, what are we missing? I know we're missing pink, green. Let me look it up, actually. That would probably be the best course of action. Okay. So, we have... I'm going to try and organize this in order of colors from here. So we don't have black, blue, brown, cyan, green, light blue isn't in here, so I'll need to get light blue, light gray, lime, magenta, orange and pink we're missing. right? Magenta, orange, pink, red, white. Wait, where does gray go? Oh, gray goes after cyan. Could I just have a list, maybe, instead of this? A list of all the dyes? Ah, there we go. There's a good list. So it's completely opposite of what I did, which is fantastic. White, light gray, gray, black, brown, red, orange, yellow, lime, green, cyan, light blue, blue, purple, magenta, pink. We're missing quite a bit. Hopefully they didn't get... I think they might have accidentally gotten eaten up already. Ah! Let's see if I can find any of them here. Nah, okay. I feel like in the last stream they said that Fuzzy put them in the item sorter already. So I'll go back to the item sorter so we can see which ones I'm missing. Okay, so the item sorter is O. GG! Vonk. Item sorter. Oh, there we go. We were missing light blue, right? Yeah, I think we were missing light blue. Black? Perfect. White. We were missing white. Oh, God. Oh, God. Pink. Please tell me there's pink. Shit. I thought I made pink. Yellow? Yes, we do have yellow. Good. Orange. Good. I'm die. Oh, I'm out of food. That's why. So I think the only color we're missing is pink. Yeah, the only color we're missing is pink. Change the trajectory of your life forever by dying in front of you. Wee. Wee. Okay. Not you. It makes 2. Honestly, I think it's faster if I just go there myself. Ow. I hope Kirby comes today. I just realized I don't have chat open. Oh, shoot. That was the wrong tab. I didn't mean to close that. Dang it. No, I don't want to watch Poppy Playtime Digital Circus. I want to play my music. Oh, I still don't have any food. Okay, what do I need? I need gravel and sand. We should have a lot of sand. Actually, I have sand right here. I need 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I need 4 pieces of gravel. Is this gravel? Yeah, it's gravel. Dang. Just gotta put it back in the thing. Ugh! I gotta put the thing back. Ugh. Crafting table. There we go. There we go. Oh, shoot. I put the dye in the thing. Oh, man. Aww. I'm really messing this up. No! Is this going to be the stream where I finally eat all of the chicken that's in the basement of the one building? It would be kind of funny if it was. 8 pink concrete. Jeez, that's a lot. Now we got 2 of all of them. So I can go back to the end. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum, bum. Look at that landing. Woof, 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 woof. Okay, so it was white here, black here, pink here. No, it was orange, yellow. Boom. There we go. We got the whole rainbow. Chala Judge. What? Holla holla get dollar. Oh whoa 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 whoa. Now that's a meme that Kirby would like. Throwback to when we played the Lethal Company with a mod that had those voices in it. John Madden, John Madden, John Madden, John Madden. Is it working? Or did I just break it? I think I didn't break it. I don't know. But let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, I have 25 sand? Perfect. Now that GG's here, I can get this going. Trying my hardest not to go into the portal. If I mess this up, I'm gonna be so sad. Skullington. Perfect. Now I'm hoping that this works. I don't know. Okay, so somehow this side is broken. Yo, OMB, what's up? Wait, there shouldn't be colored anything. It should only be sand that's coming through. Okay, sweet. All right. Well, that's working good. I don't know if you need one on each side. Seems to be going pretty well. I'm gonna craft this sand while I'm here, actually. I just realized we can now like make infinite glass. Ooh, that's actually not a bad idea. Maybe I should take some of the sand to the smelter and put it through the smelter. Ooh, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Sand. Perfect. These are not full. What the heck is he talking about? Speaking of Mario, has anybody played the new Thousand Year Door remake? I've heard nothing but good things about it, which is fantastic. Honestly, this is the first remake I've seen in a while that hasn't had any like complaints, which I feel like is especially. I don't think one of us has to be there. I think it's especially impressive that the Thousand Year Door remake hasn't gotten. Did she turn it off? Oh, great. I think it's especially impressive that the Thousand Year Door remake, how is there snow in the end? We put a bunch of snow golems there. That's where it all came from. It's from all those snow golems. When I go back, I'll show you. Yeah, when we fought, I can't remember if it was before or after we fought the. No, this thing is still going. Oh god, did it break? Oh no. Well, I guess that ends that. Holy shit, is Kirby finally here? Great. Just when I broke the gravity duper, you can come in and fix it.
I'm on my way.
A weemba way, a weemba way, a weemba way.
How long I'll be on? I have kind of a headache.
Kirby, try not to be disheveled for stream.
I know.
Challenge impossible.
Challenge impossible.
Yeah. Also, Orchid Lily's here, which is exciting. I was about to say hype as fuck, but I'm trying to swear
hype
less.
As fuck. I'm just desperately trying not to get sick before Offkai.
I can't wait for you to be sick for Offkai. That shit is hilarious.
Oh, that would fucking suck, dude.
Also, now that you're here, you have to. So I want to leak my next video to you. Can I DM you? You promise not to leak it, right?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna send you the picture real quick of it, cause it had me like dying laughing when I like took the picture for it. Yeah. Here's a sneak preview for it.
If it's not obvious to you, I'm not gonna stream. I'm just hanging out.
You're not gonna stream.
Oh. Okay, that's good. I like it. Holy shit.
Isn't that hilarious? I'm
I
so
fucking
excited to
love it.
make that
That's
video.
so funny. Oh fuck, that's good. That's so good.
Yeah, and I'm having Gigi do art for it too.
Hell yeah.
So I had made that and I was like, I don't know what to do because I don't have a wig. And then I came up with that idea as I was just like looking at the stuff that I had. And I was like, that's a great idea. So yeah, chat, you can look forward to that. I've been cooking up. Look up. Oh shit. I looked up. I was trying to. So today I was trying to like gravity dupe some stuff for you, because I wanted.
Did you turn? Okay. Did you turn on the chunk loader first?
I thought it was already on because minecarts were going through it.
Ooh, I don't know what happened. Ooh. What?
I don't know what happened. Does somebody have to be with it?
No. That's the point of the chunk loader.
That's why I was like, what the heck happened? Because we were like, oh, maybe it's because Gigi like didn't stay with the end portal because it broke as soon as she left. But it's really weird because for a little bit the left side wasn't working and then the whole thing broke.
That's okay. That's my guess on how it broke because it looks like the some of the blocks stuck together and probably just broke it and pulled it apart basically.
I shouldn't laugh because now you have to remake it, but it is kind of funny that it like broke itself.
I don't have to remake the whole.
Iron!
I just have to remember how to remake this.
Gold!
There's a lever missing?
I put it back in the chest here. Or in the shulker. The one down there. Well, I'm glad you like my my video or my thing.
Oh, I accidentally went into the ends. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
I figured you would like it. You missed it. Gigi was doing the meme.
Which one?
Gigi, do it again. Oh no, I don't want to sleep here. Well,
I still think it's really funny. Did we bring up the Mpreg thing on stream last week? Or
yeah, we did. I told her
oh,
because she made reference to it last Thursday. She was like, "Guys, I'm an artist. I can draw Ace pregnant," and then I was like, "No way, yeah, pregnant goat."
yeah. I just think it's really funny that she brought that up, and it would not be the first Mpreg art of me.
Yeah, I'm glad that you
Which
brought
is-
it up again because you like it.
I just didn't know if Gigi heard about that.
I told her today.
No. I don't want more
Venmo me
Mpreg art.
$40.
That's not the point of the story.
Kirby's like, I really like it. I have a folder on my computer. Actually, guys, it's only a parasocial relationship until you draw pregnant art for Kirby. Then he becomes your actual friend.
Then I'm a real friend.
Yeah, see, that's how I became friends with Kirby. Is I drew art of him pregnant, and then he was like, okay, now we're friends.
Yeah.
So stupid.
I shouldn't say that because people are gonna think that's real.
Well, I mean, you're not streaming, so I can say whatever I want. I think this song is from Dr. Mario. I'm pretty sure this is Dr. Mario.
Figure out why the redstone wasn't working.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Dr. Mario. So some cool updates. I got the printer that does 2.85 working pretty consistently. It still has weird layering issues, but I can't.
That might be something that you can't fix. It could be a symptom of the filament.
It's might be a symptom of the filament. I don't think it's the printer. As much as I know it's like an old Ender, I don't know. I did the test where I dropped the Z-Rod and it goes perfectly into the coupler, like even better than my Ender V2. So I'm like, I don't think that it's... I don't know. Kirby's Big Hole, Tim's Base. There we go. So I don't think that it might just be the filament. It could also be the fact that it's a larger diameter, and so the something in the slicer is not compensating for it being a thicker diameter in some way. I don't know, but either way, it's working pretty well. So I bought like $100 worth of 2.85 filament. That's what I sent to you.
What did that even?
And
Somebody. Oh.
what?
Dude, the way that this broke is really funny.
How did it break?
Remember how we were searching for the portal for a while?
Yeah.
Because it kind of generated weird, so it wasn't part of like the actual structure.
Uh-huh.
Somebody had dug a tunnel directly under this machine to the point where there's a piston that pushes down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's expecting to not be able to push because there's a bunch of blocks below it, but the tunnel goes directly below it, so it was able to push, and it pushed and broke a bunch of shit.
Oh, gotcha. That is kind of funny. So I'm gonna go back here. I've just been emptying out all the sand and turning it into sandstone. Good.
It's a trapdoor.
Before you start it back up.
Fixed.
Whoa, that's a lot of sand. And then I want to start working on the thing. But yesterday I had all 3 of my printers all printing at the same time. It was really cool. And so my next thing I'm gonna do is refurb my CR10. But after yesterday's testing, I feel a lot more happy with how the 2.85 printer is working.
Nice. Are you in the end or?
Yes, I'm in the end right now. I'm just crafting
Can you
sandstone.
see if there's sand coming through? It should only be coming through from 2 directions.
It's only coming through 2 directions.
Okay. Perfect. Is there more sand?
Oh, I wish you had asked me because I had like an inventory full of sand before I
can
dove
come
in.
to the end and grab.
Could you bring a shulker box with you? An empty one?
Oh,
never
too
mind.
late.
I can just find one. Ace, I feel a little cold. Oh, froze to death. Ace, I don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good. Oh, I gotta grab a shulker box.
I feel like there was so much stuff I wanted to share with you, and I totally forgot what all of it was. Oh, that's right.
Looks like a creeper blew up in the item storage.
How would one get there? Like the item sorter?
Yeah, it's on the side of the junk items.
How would one even get there?
I don't know. My guess is maybe it spawned up top. I need to install a mod or just make a mod that shows if stuff can spawn at light levels.
Yeah, you and
I haven't
Dreams also need to work on porting the server to a third party.
This is true. This is true.
But I know I won't talk about it like on stream because I know it was just between us. But given your conversation, I've been thinking about that, what you said a lot, and I'd like to do some more streams where I 3D model, because I don't think that I can really do I don't really do maker stuff very much. Like when I sit down and do like sanding and priming and that stuff, I like to like be in my zone. So like I'm not going to stream that stuff. But 3D modeling, I want to do more of it, and I just got a commission with air quotes from Cynthia, and I'm thinking I might stream making it.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that tomorrow.
I mean, I know you like games more than I do. Games, but
you're not a
unlimited
gamer.
bacon. But yeah, I don't know. I find it hard to sit down and play a video game for longer than like an hour.
It's a lot for me. It's a lot easier when I have something else there. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
There's two. There's a couple chests missing. Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely like a creeper blast or something. I mean, it's not a huge deal. It's fixable.
Yeah, no, but why didn't it blow up this brick?
I just don't want it to happen again.
I don't know where it came from.
I have. Oh, you're back at the. I'm gonna just leave some shulker boxes in the end.
Okay. That's funny. I went to grab shulker boxes, and I think you grabbed them all from the item sorter.
I think I did. I might. Maybe I do that today. Go get some more shulkers.
So, speaking of like commission and all that stuff, now that I have that printer up and running, I think I'm going to start printing inventory for an Etsy shop. So maybe at some point when you're through off Kai, you could help me set up the oh, you're putting the shulker.
There are a bunch of empty shulkers out here too.
Good. Okay.
There's like eight empty shulkers and one that's like half full.
Yeah, I went and emptied those. All the colors that we don't need for the Walmart build, I put in the item sorter, and the rest I put by the Walmart build.
Okay.
Oh, you just moved them.
Oh, did you want them up there?
I
wasn't sure where you wanted them.
I'm just filling them. All the sand I'm crafting into sandstone. So, but the colored ones I could put like actual like concrete in them. I don't know how much we'll need of each. I love going to Walmart because Walmart employees are really nice to you. I hate going to Walmart for every other thing. I feel like we've talked about that. But this weekend, I went to Walmart and I got a game and it wasn't ringing up. Like they had to type, they were like, oh, we have to type in a code for it because it's like not registered in our system. And I bought another game, and a bunch of games have been going. I got an errand, so I'm listening but can't watch. Oh, that's okay. I hope I make a good podcast. I've been told that I do, but I don't know. You gotta let me know if I am or not. But anyway, so they had to look up the number, and I was also getting another game that rang up $5 because I think we talked about this, but Walmart is getting rid of their game section, and so they have a bunch of games that are like $5 right now. And I've been like trying to snag as many of them as I can. The game I got this Switch game, and it was gonna be $30, like that's what the tag said. But when they rang it up, the lady was like, "I don't remember how much this was," and so just rang it up as $5. So I got it for $25 off.
Dude, I think that's why Walmart employees are so nice, is because they don't give a fuck about Walmart.
No, I would I I will not report them in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
Because that's exactly the type of shit I want to see out of my service workers. Is they're just really nice.
Especially if they're working for a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah, like no offense, I could go over to GameStop and get that same game for 20, and I could go and I was at a local game store and they were selling it for 12. So it's not like Walmart's losing a shitload of money.
Yeah.
And I'm still paying them, and I'm still coming into their brick and mortar store. I bought another game, so like, yeah, I'm not like admitting to a crime or anything.
Did I tell you the story of how I gave away a flat repair one time?
No, I want to hear this story.
Okay.
Though.
This happened not too long ago. It was maybe like 2-3 months ago. I don't remember exactly. But somebody came in, clearly didn't speak the greatest English, but he was trying. He had a low tire, and it was our tires that we had put.
He had a low taper fade.
A low taper fade too. It was sick. But yeah, they were our tires. He had a low tire, and he just wanted us to fill it up. And I'm like, yeah, sure. It's our tires. I can put some air in it. And I told him, well, just keep an eye on it after I fill it. If it goes down again, it could have a nail or something. And he's like, yeah. So I realized I'm going around the car checking all the other tires. He's got these metal caps on his valve stems.
Okay.
Don't put metal caps on your valve stems, because usually the valve stems are like a brass.
You're talking about the like thing that you put the air hose in?
Yeah, where the air hose.
Turn Kirby up a bit. Okay. Oh, it's because he's away from his mic.
I'm pretty close to my mic.
You're a little quiet today.
Discord, then. I blame Discord. So he had metal caps on his valve stems. Valve stems are brass. The metal caps are usually aluminum. Now, I don't know how much you know about mixing metals.
Yeah.
But don't. Because they oxidize at different rates, and that's how you get stuff seized onto other stuff. So the aluminum caps were completely stuck onto his valve stems. And I'm like, okay, there are tires. I already said I would fill up his tire and send him on his way. I'm like, okay, let me pull it into the shop. It was on steel rims, so I could pop the outer bead, throw a valve stem in, put air back in it, and be good to go. I'm like, it's a real easy job. It'll take me like 2 minutes. I'm not going to charge him for it.
What do you mean by
if I
acid?
did charge him for it, it would be for a valve stem, which is $2. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'll just give him a valve stem for free. So I'm like, let me pull it into the shop. I'll take care of you. I pulled it in, popped the bead, threw a valve stem in, and then I noticed a big nail in the tire. And I'm like, God, well, I mean, I'm already this far.
Yeah, I just got to give him a free
tire's already
time.
halfway off. Might as well take it all the way off and patch it and just get him out of here. So I patched it for free. I'm just like, it's not worth the time in writing it up. And to be fair, the dude totally would have paid me. But I'm just like, nah, it's our tires. They weren't that old. So chances are they probably would have been under some sort of warranty anyways.
Oh.
So I'm just like,
that's a different type of reaction. I get exactly what you're saying.
The job
that's
was
like you're talking like a lemon
battery.
battery.
It was a nail, so I fixed it, got him out of there.
So anybody, if you're in the area of Redacted, you should go and see Kirby.
Yeah, I'll fix your tires for free. And
he'll fix your tires for free. That's a Walmart guarantee.
But only if you're really nice. The guy was super fucking nice. So
yeah, that's the thing. I was with Mike, and I was like, wait till you see the gamer family Riz. And he was like, you mean just gaslighting employees? And I was like, no. I'm not gaslighting them, I'm just being nice. Like the one time Xenoblade was had a sticker marked for, $20, and that's a $60 game. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll buy it. And they were like, sorry, it's ringing up 60. And I was like, but it said 20 on the tag. They're like, oh, it did? And I was like, yeah. Like, oh, sorry about that. And they just typed in 20.
Was the sticker on the actual case, or did they just trust that?
No, like, so, that's why it's like, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like a finesse, I guess, instead of like, because again, I'm not being mean. I'm not being like, well, actually, get your manager. I'm just like, hey, but you know Walmart probably better than I do. But do you go in the game section very often?
Not terribly often. I mean, all the games are locked up now.
Well, so at least in every Walmart I've ever been in, there is the section where the games are locked up, but then next to it are the kind of, generally it's agreed, like the discount games. Normally they're around like $20, and they'll be in like individual plastic containers, and they'll be on like the side.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
That is where oftentimes they will box up other games and put them there. And so sometimes it's like a rotation. I always look there because sometimes there'll be a game that like was in the locked box, but they want to get rid of it. And so they put it there, and they put it as a $20 game. And so like, that's why I ask all the time, because the worst they can say is, oh no, it's not supposed to be there.
And then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't want it for that price. And they'll be like, okay.
Yeah, because they don't care. But yeah, sometimes the worker will just be like, oh, sorry, I'll like override the price, because they don't care. And I would venture to guess that neither does Walmart.
I mean, Walmart cares, but there is a threshold where they don't care.
I mean, there's still games in GameStop that have Black Friday stickers on them, so I really don't feel bad about buying this stuff. Oh, that's aghast. Shit, lagging.
Oh, I'm in the item sorter right now.
Oh yeah, that ghast's like shot lagged through every block. It like went through me. It went through all the blocks too. It's pretty funny. But the moral of the story is be nice to service workers.
Yeah, they don't get paid enough to put up with bullshit. So.
No, only be mean to service workers if they're mean to you to start. Never start the antagonism. Always have it come from them first before you engage. Because remember, service workers work more for you than they do for the company. Because the company doesn't pay them enough.
Yeah, the company doesn't pay them enough to care.
No. Also, I'm kind of glad that now Walmart Plus is the only way that you can only use self-checkout with Walmart Plus. It's like, great, now they can now I can either not shop there, or they'll put more workers on the checkout line.
Is that because that's not how they handle it here. They just shut down a bunch of the checkouts here.
Everything comes back. Either people will stop shopping there, they'll start stealing more. It will come out.
Yeah. They had a dedicated section of the checkouts, of the self-checkouts that were for Scan and Go, which is a Walmart Plus feature. Yeah. So basically, as you shop, you take your phone and you scan the UPCs.
Oh yeah, Sam's Club already does that, so I'm not surprised Walmart's
yeah, and then
doing that now.
Then all you do is you walk up to one of the self-checkouts, you scan the QR code, and then you leave. And it all pays through the app and everything. So they had a dedicated line for that, but that line was, people were just using it like normal checkouts because they would put money in those. And it's like, dude, don't put money in these checkouts so people can't use them as normal checkouts. They're supposed to be for self-checkouts or for the Scan and Go stuff. So why are the employees putting money in these so people can just use them? But so people were just using them. And now more recently, they opened up, and I think this is to combat theft.
They always say it's to combat theft.
Yeah, I know. It's
Even
a
though
numbers game.
theft makes up for 1% of their losses or
Yeah,
something like
no,
that.
I'm not arguing.
Oh, no. I gotta say it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But they have closed down a significant amount of the self checkouts and opened up more normal checkouts, put more people on the normal checkouts.
Hmm.
I was also told part of the problem with the self checkouts is that a bunch of them that were supposed to go in were supposed to be the belted self checkouts so people could queue up a little bit easier, but those never got put in. So people are creating these massive lines behind like 4 or 5 of the checkouts instead of a single line for each checkout. You get one massive line for a bunch of them.
Oh, yikes.
And it just ends up clogging up the front of the store, especially when it's busy. And now people are trained to use the self checkouts, so you'll have a ton of people waiting for a self checkout. You walk a little bit further, and there's employees standing at the front of their normal checkouts waiting to check people out because they don't have anything to do because everybody's waiting in line at the self checkouts.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just been using normal checkouts because it's quicker now.
So to quickly address, I got a comment here. Somebody, Orchid Lily said, her husband had a job updating price tags, and he had to help with a $2 item that rang up $500. So that reminds me of something I did want to say. So the thing with the price tags, to make sure that I don't like get anybody in trouble or anything like that, there's entire TikTok and YouTube accounts that are dedicated to people showing things you can go into Walmart and scan with the Walmart app and get for like pennies on the dollar. So I'm just doing it the exact same thing, but just not with the app. Well, actually, I do use the app to do a similar thing. So like I'm using Walmart's technology to get these deals. I'm not like scamming or finessing in any way. I just say finesse because it's my way of cheekily saying that I'm being nice to service workers. Like the one time I got I did a similar thing happened in like Best Buy the one time because an item I wanted to get was ringing up like $60, but online it was 30.
Yeah,
That's
usually
basically what it amounts to. Is I'll just be like, hey, this rang up. Oh, speaking of which, I had a run in at Micro Center. I'll talk about that in a second. Because I think you wanted to say something, but
yeah. We were told for a while, at least for automotive stuff, that if it's cheaper online, that's because Walmart wants them to use online, so they should just buy it online. And we tell them that we don't price match to online, and I'm like, that's
so
stupid.
frustrating.
But if it's policy, whatever. More recently, we've just started price matching to online.
it's so annoying that they keep
Especially-
saying that Walmart Online is a different company. It's like, then don't call it Walmart Online, call it something else, because it's so confusing. And I'm a guy who's lived with tech for my entire life, and I agree with the boomers on this one. This shit is like annoying.
Yeah, and like
Just
half
using
stuff
the
you
rules
buy
to
on
your
online-
benefit. I like that.
Half the stuff you buy on online just comes directly from the store, anyways.
Yeah.
Because like we had somebody a while ago. This was like maybe 2 years ago. Wanted to buy a battery, and it's like, okay, well, it's a car battery. You need it like right now. That's something you can't just be like, oh, let me go online and buy it. So he was pissed that the price online, it was like $80 cheaper online, and we're told we just got to tell him, well, then buy it online and then you come back and pick it up. So he bought it online, and then you got to wait for somebody from the online grocery pickup to come over, scan a battery,
That's
put a
so
sticker on it,
fucking
and set it aside.
annoying.
And the guy came back. It was after we had closed. I was just walking to the back. I still had like half an hour on my shift. My brother had already clocked out. I was just walking him to the back because he had parked in the back, and I was going to let him out the door and then lock it behind him. And this guy's standing at the counter and all pissed off. And I didn't know that he had came in earlier for the battery. And he's like, dude, I bought this battery like hours ago online, and I needed it for my car, and my car's been parked on the side of the road. And I'm just like, dude, I don't know what's going on. And he's like, well, the battery's right there. Um, but I never like it. The battery said that it was pulled and picked like maybe half an hour after he had ordered it,
Mm-hmm.
and he was all pissed at me for not getting an email. And I'm like, dude, first off, I'm not the one that went to the shelf and grabbed it and put a sticker on it. It's somebody else. And second, just because your Walmart emails are ending up in your spam mailbox doesn't mean you get to yell at me for that.
That's true. That's true.
Like,
Ooh,
what
the
the
print
fuck?
finished.
So I had to, and I had never dispensed an online order before, so I had to like figure that out on the fly while a customer's yelling at me and telling me he's gonna call corporate and get mad at me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I didn't do anything.
It's like, honestly, that's why I would never threaten a worker. I've only gotten mad at one worker ever, and that's because she was being a bitch to me, and she deserved it. But
Yeah, but I mean, you know me. I'm
you
not mean to
I
people.
never ever would appeal to the corporate, because they're going to be even less willing to work with you than the
Well, no,
worker.
no. What you do is you complain to corporate.
Yeah, no,
And
but that would be
that's
like
what they
on like
listen.
a
That's how you get shit to change. Is if a customer complains to corporate about the way something is run.
but
And
that's not like, I'm not
that's
going
why
to
we're
like,
able to price match with online stuff now. Is because enough people complain to corporate about it.
but
So
like that's
now it's
like
changed.
leaving an email or something to corporate. That's not like going to somebody and yelling at them, right?
Yeah, no, no, no. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's
You're not
so like,
yelling
I'll
at.
go and I'll bitch on like a website, but
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
never
yeah.
like yell at somebody in person, because I feel like they're probably going to be more on my side than the person in corporate
Exactly.
will be.
And like I understood the guy's frustration, but it's like don't take it out on me.
Like a good example for me personally would be my K1. I had all that trouble with my K1. When I went into Micro Center, I was very nice. I was like, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
really sorry. Like I don't want to seem angry at you guys, because I realize it's not your fault, but like, what do I do?" And they were like super forgiving for me. But I like cussed out Creality. I was like, "Get this shit fixed now." And they were like, "No." It's like,
And you're like, please.
please. Speaking of Micro Center, so I wanted to talk about Micro Center really quickly. So I scour the open box section. Like, I'm an open box section fiend. Somehow I managed to not. I managed to convince myself not to get the K1 Max for 630, even though I wanted it so bad.
I don't know how. I mean, a bigger printer is nice, but I don't know how much you'd actually use it.
I
But
would
it's
use
still
it quite a
bit of
bit.
money. Would you?
Like,
Okay.
personally, I would, as somebody who
I
has
still
it.
think so.
I have the CR10, and I would use it for so much. Like those frames that I made. Oh, it'd been so much nicer on a bigger printer.
I'm like almost positive that the new CR10 price is like 730 or whatever. Whatever the price is online on Creality's website right now is the new, or not CR10. It's
The
the
K1
new
Max.
K1 Max price.
Gotcha. So you
So
think
I
it's gonna
think
be
the price did
630?
drop, and I think there will be sales to bring it back down to the price that you saw at open box as a brand new printer. So I think
Yeah,
it's
I don't
worth it to
know.
wait.
We'll see. Cause it right now it's 730 from Micro Center,
Yeah,
or from Creality, and 700 from Micro Center. So I don't know if it'll go down to 630
it might not be all
brand
the way
new.
down to 630, but I think
I don't know.
I
Honestly, I think that's the cheapest it's going to be for a while. The reason I held off is because I'm a little nervous about Creality's AMS. That's
yeah.
the only reason that I waited, because I would really love a new printer, but I really would love something new. And so having multicolor is more important to me than having another printer, if that makes sense.
I already have ideas for stuff that I can make and sell that would utilize
Well, I
multicolor, and
mean,
I'm
the thing that I
very
sent you today would benefit from being,
yeah.
I would be able to batch that out like crazy, cuz like for me right now it takes me about 3 hours to make one of those. So that's an entire day just to make one of them, because it has a filament swap in it.
Yeah, I was talking to the guy that I do ads with, and I'm like, dude, the price of the A1 mini combo, like.
So
but it would. The firmware would make me so upset.
If a worker is a jerk, I don't go to the branch. To that branch, or I go to different times. Yeah. So what I did want to talk about with Micro Center is I can't believe after all the shit that Bamboo's given them recently that their workers shill the fuck out of Bamboo, and it like bothers me. Like
Yeah.
I was at the one, so I never want to be that like Redditor who's like, well, actually, you should buy this and this and this. But every time I hear people talking about printers, that part of me wants to like interject and be like, hey, like talk to me. I'm not paid to tell you shit. So like talk to me instead of the worker at Micro Center. No offense to the workers at Micro Center, but they earn commission off you buying shit, and Micro Center has an incentive to get you to spend money on stuff. Me, I'm just a dude, so I'm just going to tell you how I legitimately feel. But there was a really old guy and his wife, and it seemed like they were both teachers, and they mentioned having like a maker space for students. And I believe from what they were saying that the students were younger. Yeah. So like he asked the guy point blank, he was like, what is a good starter printer for like students? And I was like, dude, Creality S or SE, the V3 SE. That would be my recommendation.
Honestly,
got all the bells and whistles, and it's easy
to. As much
to.
as I agree with you that Creality is a good answer, I don't think Bamboo is the wrong answer.
But my biggest problem with that is that I don't think the support is there. Because, so let me explain my position. I'm glad you brought that up because that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I have a friend of mine who works in the classroom with high schoolers who are in a engineering class. I actually took it when I was in high school, and so I go back and I lecture, and I'm like, here's what it's like to be an actual engineer after taking these classes. Anyway, they have all Prusa machines. Now I realize Prusa is not Bamboo, and they cannot get them to work like ever. They have so many issues with them, and now I realize it's up to them to like learn how to use them. But like he said to me, he was printing at 180 on the nozzle. I'm like, how the hell? And he was printing at 80 on the bed.
That's like an easy Google search to fix that.
I realized that, but they had talked to Prusa like themselves multiple times, and somehow they had not answered the questions for this guy. I think that, in my opinion, being able to tinker with a printer is way better for learning than it is to have a printer that you can just send to somebody. And
true. In a classroom setting, yeah. And
most of the Bamboo benefits of like Bamboo's like shit, they're like cloud printing. You can't do it at a school anyway, because you can't connect to Wi-Fi because you would have to go through IT, and IT doesn't let you do that kind of stuff. So like you're not getting the main benefit of the cloud printing through the because the big thing that Bamboo says, it's so great for like newbies, is that they have one-touch slicing, because they have their own slicer and their own like printables alternative. You can go on printables.
Stuff is already pre-sliced.
You can go on printables and you can have it send from their printables automatically to your printer from your phone, which is fantastic for new people who have never done printing, but you can't do that at a school.
Yeah.
So that whole feature is gone. And then the other thing is, if anything goes wrong with the printer, you have to go to Bamboo. You can't just like fix it yourself like you can with a Creality machine.
That has changed a lot, I think, since you looked at it last time. You can basically buy any replacement part you would ever need from Bamboo, and they have very good documentation on how to fix it yourself.
Yeah, but you have to buy it from Bamboo.
That is true, but they're also...
You've always been able to buy parts from them. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, no, but I mean, they have a lot more parts.
I guess, but it's still going to be at a Bamboo premium.
True. Well, I wouldn't even call it premium. Their prices are very, very fair.
I don't know.
for replacement parts. You can get the entire. So their nozzles are all one integrated piece with the hot end. And
Yeah,
the
I'm
cold side.
familiar. It's
So
so funny
all
to
you
me
have
that
to
you
do
have
is
a physical
transfer
store
over
to
the
buy this stuff.
ceramic
Yeah,
heater
when I
and
tell
the
people about
thermistor
Micro Center, I call it the 3D
and the
printer
fan.
store.
The whole thing is only $10,
That's not
which
bad.
I think for a good quality nozzle is a very fair price.
Oh wait, $10 on the just for the nozzle?
Yeah, it's for the nozzle, which is the nozzle, the heat break, and the cold side, because it's all one piece
Yeah.
for $10.
I'm
I
not
think that's
familiar
fair.
enough with the new like Core XY parts. So I honestly, you're probably right with that one.
Yeah, I know. Like you can go buy some cheap Creality nozzles, like $10 will get you like 20 of them or whatever.
Yeah.
But
That's what I was
you're
kind of
talking
thinking.
you're talking a good quality nozzle that'll last you quite a while, and it's not a very
Well,
simple part.
even
It's kind of a
then,
complicated
the
part.
nozzles that I have on my Enders are like hardened steel nozzles, and I got a whole set of them for $10. And so I have a 0.25, a 0.4, or I got 2.4s, my bad. It comes with a 0.6 and a 0.8, and they're all hardened steel, like really nice Creality nozzles. They're not like just knockoff shitty brands.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'd have to look into it a little bit more. My opinion, I'm very against bamboo, and I dislike that they advertise it as like, oh, it just works. It's like perfect. There's no issues with it. And then whenever they talk about Creality, they're like, yeah, well, Creality's kind of shitty, and like we have to warn our customers
have
that
to
like
warn
they're
people
really
about
bad. And I'm like, what do you mean?
I
The A1
being,
was causing house fires, and you're gonna come out here and say that like
That's true.
that Creality stuff is flaky? It was flaky a year ago.
So being part of a couple of maker communities, I see that sentiment a lot, but I think it comes from people who owned old Creality print, like they owned the original Ender 3 or the original
Yeah.
Ender 3 Pro, and they're like, well, you got to upgrade Creality to make it good, and they still have that in their head that if you buy a Creality, you have to upgrade it to make it good. And it's like, no, dude, look at
And
the
it's
new
so
printers.
sad
They're
because
the
like
same price. They're the same price that you paid for your Ender 3 Pro, but it has all of the upgrades that you could ever want. There's no need to upgrade Creality printers anymore. They just come good out of the box now. Plus the software for it's a lot better.
oh yeah,
The support for it is a lot better now.
like I will be the first person in line to tell you that Creality print is ass. Like I am not defending
Oh.
Creality print, but
I
because
wasn't
Orca
talking about
Slicer
that.
exists, I have no complaints for the slicing on it because
Yeah.
Orca Slicer is legitimately the best slicer that I've ever used for any printer. If I could get it to work on my old printers, I would completely shift away from Cura to
You
it.
probably could.
I can't. I was gonna. We could talk about it like later because it's not that great for a stream.
Okay.
For some reason, I cannot get it to work on any of my other printers. There's something weird that Cura is doing to make it work. But like my prints will just not work on my Enders and my CR10s on Orca Slicer, and I do not know why. It is like beyond me.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It just will not work. Also, one thing that does bother me about my the only thing that bothers me about my K1 now is that it doesn't do filament swaps. You can't pause the nozzle and swap the color. But I think that that's because it...
The G code is probably wrong.
Well, I think it might be because I believe in my heart that the Creality AMS is going to come with a legacy adapter for the K1 series. It just doesn't make sense for them to, in my head, it doesn't make sense for them to make a printer that doesn't work with an AMS system. It just seems like, doesn't seem like something that they would do. But
I want to.
I know
agree
that's
with
copium.
You so badly, but I don't think that's the case.
So you were
think
saying
that-
the biggest thing that you were worried about is the cutter.
Yeah.
And to that I would say I don't see why they, like, I could see Creality making an upgrade kit that was like, oh, here's a thing that you put, here's like the upgrade kit that will be like you add the cutter to the nozzle.
Maybe.
That's what I
nice.
think is gonna. That's what I think is gonna happen, because that sounds like, to me, that sounds like a Creality move to make an adapter for the K1 series that has a cutter in the nozzle. Or maybe they're doing something funky and you don't need a cutter in the nozzle. I don't know enough about the AMS technology to be able to really postulate. So I'll admit that's probably where my knowledge is lacking.
Ever. I mean, Prusa has been doing it without a cutter for a long time.
So maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe they're just going to do it without a cutter and it will work on the K1.
Maybe.
Because I don't see... I was looking this weekend through Reddit posts about that from people that saw the K2 at CES, the Computer Electronics Show or whatever it's called. And they were saying that it looks almost identical to the K1C with minor changes. And if I feel like somebody would be like, it has a cutter in the hot end. Because Reddit loves to highlight those kinds of things. Now, again,
especially if it's like a Bamboo fan looking at it, they'll be like, Bamboo did it first.
Yeah, that's why
I stole the cutter idea from Bamboo.
That's why I'm like, that's why I'm very. I believe in my heart that the K1 is going to be able to work with the K1 AMS, or sorry, with the Creality AMS.
My only.
I realize I am mad hopium right now because I really want one to work on. Like, it would be, I think, I don't know. Barring the firmware on it, it would be a day one purchase for me because I love my K1. I was debating buying another K1 because it is such a good workhorse printer for me. Yeah. It does everything. But I don't know. I realize I'm coping really hard because I want it, but it also, I feel like it makes logical sense.
My reservation about that is if they release it and you can put the multi-material system on a K1.
Yes.
What is going to be the incentive for people to buy the K2? That's my only reservation.
Well, so I think it will be the same thing as like the S1 versus the S1 Pro or the K1 versus the K1C, where it'll have just some like quality of life changes.
Maybe.
Because Creality is never one that really gives a shit about people not buying their old machines. Like
I was gonna say they also don't kill off old machines.
So like I really don't think they would look at this upgrade and be like, well, then people aren't gonna buy our K1s anymore.
Yeah,
it's
maybe you are right about that. Yeah.
That's so. I realize that I'm being like really optimistic and really hopium here, but it's grounded in a lot of like. I don't want to say factual, but like it's grounded in a lot of like actual like logical like through lines.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The thing that I think is going to be
get my hopes up too high.
I honestly, the biggest problem for me is I think that it's going to come out and it's going to work for the K1 series. So let me just give my prediction, and then we can talk about my prediction. I think that the Creality AMS is going to come out where it's already been confirmed that it's going to work on the K2. So that's not the question. The question is whether or not it will work on the K1. I believe it will work on the K1. Either it comes with they release like a K1 upgrade package that lets you upgrade the hot end to work with the AMS system.
Well, if there's no cutter, they might not even need to upgrade the hot end.
That's another thing.
Hub on the back and the actual system.
The thing that I think is going to be a bigger deciding factor is how the community responds and hones in the software on the software end of the Creality AMS, because Creality is good at making really good like hardware but not software. And so I have my only reservations about the Creality AMS are going to be on the hardware side or the software side, not the hardware side. I think they're going to come out with a beautifully working AMS clone. I think the question is going to be how it's going to work with the software. Like, how are we going to get Orca Slicer implementation? And then the thing that I think will be the coolest is to see how the community hones in filament usage, because that's been the biggest complaint around the AMS and the Prusa XL, is that it wastes a lot of filament and it takes a lot of time because it has to make
XL
a lot.
actually, that's the benefit of the Prusa XL, is that it doesn't waste a
Well,
lot.
then
Of
is it the
filament.
MMU that I'm thinking of then?
The MMU? Yeah.
The MMU, my bad. There's so many acronyms and stuff.
I honestly, I don't think Creality is going to solve that with a system that'll need as one nozzle, especially not coming from Creality.
Oh no, I'm not saying they'll
maybe not
solve it.
coming
I
from
will.
the community.
But like, there's been a couple videos, like Teaching Tech made a video about like him honing in his stuff to
Yeah.
like use less material and stuff like that.
Yeah, with a system in more people's hands and more people that getting to play with it,
I think that's what'll be the
that'll
because
that'll help.
in my
Especially-
opinion,
especially if it's in the hands of people that actually tinker instead of people that just have a bamboo printer. Because
Yeah,
it just
that's-
works. Hopefully, there's more people willing to mess with it and actually figure some stuff out. Yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
that's
Having
that's
more
I
people
think
with their hands
because
on it
in
is a good
from working with filament swaps, I think it is 100% possible to have the slicer do the filament swap in the infill. Now on more complicated pieces, I don't. It depends by piece, but like the piece that I printed today that you can see on the screen in my top left, that one could have printed all of the purge material in the infill itself. It didn't need to do a separate purge. So things like that, I feel like, could be game changers for the system.
Well, Prusa Slicer and Orca Slicer, for that matter,
Have been getting
options
better, yes.
for-
Yeah.
They have options for purge to infill. They have options for purge on a different model. So you can have a model that you don't care about the color printing, that is the purge, the quote unquote purge.
Oh,
color.
I'm not saying this stuff is new. I'm just saying once it gets in the hands of more people, I think it'll become more mainstream. Like, look at how many people are now comfortable working with Core XY machines.
Yeah, just 'cause
Look at
more
how
people have them,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm an old head, so when I talk about this, it's like. But look at how many people are now comfortable printing with exotic materials. Like back when I started printing, PETG was considered an exotic material, and now
But
like
now it's like the standard for
now
some people.
there's people like me that are predicting that PLA might get phased out because it's become so like commonplace to have a all metal hot end. Like every printer these days comes with an all metal hot end. And so I think once Creality gets their AMS alternative out the door, I think that will be the revolution that will really change the game. Because not fully open source, but Creality has always been the champion of the tinkerer, and so I think once we get an AMS system in the hands of people that can tinker, we're going to start seeing some big movement.
I agree with that statement about the tinkerer thing, but I think it's important to distinguish that it's not because Creality champions that kind of stuff.
No, I don't mean Creality the company. I mean
it just
Creality
kinda
the
what
hardware.
happens,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it happens as a byproduct.
Yeah, yep.
And I don't say that to forget any of the work that other 3D printing community members have done, like Naomi Wu, whose work is the reason why Creality is so open source. Like, it is definitely, if they hadn't have gotten the pushback, and I guess, hey, to circle our conversation back to our talk about Walmart, they got significant backlash from the community, and that's why they opened everything up. But like beforehand, when they release machines, they don't release them open source until they get enough pushback from the community.
Yeah.
And
now a lot
so
of stuff they just because like you could argue that the SV08, the printer that I've been gushing about for a while and will probably be my next printer. Because they are so inspired by Voron that it is the quote unquote right thing to do to open source it.
Yeah.
The K1 is very much its own printer, but Creality still went out of their way, and it took them a little bit. It took them a couple of months, but they still went out of their way to open source a lot of the printer.
That is, I know we had talked about it, and last time we talked about it, it wasn't open source, and so I wasn't sure.
There's still the firmware is all open source. The hardware is still, a lot of it is still closed.
Oh, okay.
I think all of it is still closed source. But it's a lot harder to argue, hey, you should open source your hardware, because then, like clones and stuff. But
Yeah.
that's why I think the SV08 is so damn cool, because there clearly is a lot of custom work that went into it, but they still open source the hardware as well as the software.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that's cool.
When I say tinkering, I mean, let me rephrase the way that I so I don't sound like too much of a Creality shill, and instead I'm speaking from a place of knowledge. Like, look at the response from Bamboo to like modding and stuff like that. Like, Tinker has found a way to do those mods on the screen, and so Bamboo responded by locking out that way to do it. And it's like,
Okay, that's a different issue. So
well, they said it was
it was a whole firmware. It was a whole firmware replacement, but they used an exploit that is technically a security vulnerability. But Bamboo has also gone back since then and released a version of the firmware that lets you jailbreak it and lets you put a custom firmware on it. You just have to click a couple boxes saying you understand the risk.
okay.
So it wasn't communicated in a good way, and I think that's part of Bamboo's main issue, is that their communication isn't great with customers and stuff. But I think what they did and the way that they did it was fine. They patched a security vulnerability, and then they went back and said, hey, what you did is cool, what you did, we appreciate it, and here's a way to continue to do it without that security vulnerability.
Okay. I didn't know how that story had updated.
Yeah, so I think the way that they handled it was okay. The communication just wasn't the best, and that's why people got upset.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Both of us got upset about that too, but the way that they went and fixed it afterwards, I think, is okay. And that's why I think I'm more open to maybe dipping my toe into Bamboo now, is because they're more open to stuff like that. And it seems like they're listening to the community. They're getting better slowly. I still think there's some major communication issues, especially with like the A1 and basically telling customers that they were the ones in the wrong.
Yeah,
that's not good.
I will. They will have to significantly change for me to trust them ever.
Yeah.
To me, they very much seem like a company that wants to be the darling of the industry, and they will do anything to dodge any form of negative press, between stifling creators that talk about them, to gaslighting customers that buy their products, and what was the other thing that I was going to mention and I totally forgot about it. I totally forgot what I was going to say. I lost all my entire train of thought. I think the biggest thing that bothers me about Bamboo is the way that they handle their community. And that's it. The chips on the filament. I realize I'm like the only one saying this, and I realize it's probably unfounded. However, I just can't get over this nagging feeling in my head that, given how Bamboo acts towards their community, mainly looking at the A1 mishap, it is a check mark on their software for them to make it so that their printers use proprietary firmware. Like, they have gone on record and said they won't do it, but again, that's just them saying they won't do it. And they just made it so that you can't,
or something.
And that's why that whole thing about the security vulnerability bothers me, because I mean, it's a security vulnerability, sure, but if you're locking out previous versions of firmware, you're making it so that then when somebody upgrades, they're forced into that upgrade. Those two things, and I might start to sound like a little bit of like a conspiracy nut here. Totally understand that, but I just got to speak my truth here. I don't know. Those two factors together kind of scare me. because it's
Yeah,
like
I
they
think-
could
yeah.
they could make an update that makes it so that they get, like, say that Creality's AMS starts to pace them out of the market and they start to lose market share. They flip a switch on their software so that printers only take bamboo filament, so that you spend more money on bamboo products, and then they lock your firmware so you can't go back to previous versions before that was a thing, and then boom, like, what are you going to do about it? All of it's locked down. It's all proprietary. None of it is open source. You can't mod any of it or else it'll lock itself out. That's what XYZware did at the beginning of 3D printing. Luckily, they got enough of backlash and people stopped buying their shit where they died off in the market. But if they had their way,
that wasn't even them changing. That was just them dying off.
that was because
didn't deal
people,
with it.
well, and that's why I'm saying, like, the whole
That's
stuff
why
with
it's scary
bamboo.
with bamboo, because
I'm-
people might still buy their shit even if they pull that.
I don't know though. We'll have to see. That's why I will never advise anyone buy a bamboo printer. That's why I will never buy one unless I get one for free.
See, I
will never advise people to get them, because whether it's a conspiracy or not, it's a lot of dominoes in a row that could be toppled over with the flick of a switch. And it's like, it just is a little bit, I don't know. I have this feeling in my gut where I'm just like, I don't know, because I could see them
some sort of CEO change or something,
and then they're like,
hey, we need to make more money. What can we do? Oh, people can only use bamboo filament now.
And and the reason that I think that is because of the way that the tag infrastructure is. It's completely locked down, and nobody has been able to crack the technology of how the tags on those work. And they say it's so that they can, like, keep a profile on their stuff. But I don't understand why open sourcing it would do any disservice to them as a company, aside from the fact that I think there's something hiding in there, so that if they could make the switch so that their printers only use bamboo
even
filament.
if it wasn't open source and they just licensed it, so that, like, say I buy a spool of eSun.
Yeah.
They pay bamboo 5-10 cents per spool to put NFC chip on it. So when I load up a spool of eSun, it shows up on the AMS as eSun Red or whatever.
Yeah.
That would make me a lot more comfortable. Obviously, open source would be the proper solution, but
they could offer. So the big reason why people want it is because it's an easy way to tell the printer what settings to use.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
So if you opened it up to the community, they would be able to hone those profiles in like fucking nuts, like crazy. And then everybody could use different types of filament. And that is a great way, I think, that bamboo I think licensing could be a great way for them to make some extra money. Because if they came up with something that's cool, but they don't. And so that's what leads me to believe that they're using it as like a ace in the hole, like they're holding it for later so that they can lock it down.
Since there's a couple NFC projects going on right now, open source ones, to be able to tag filament spools and like read them and stuff. The software is already there. The software is not an issue. It's the hardware trying to figure out a way to mass produce and distribute that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is to get filament manufacturers to start putting it on their spools. But if bamboo just opened up their stuff, I mean, they already have an established market with their filament, and they go to all these other places and be like, hey, you want to use this? Everyone would say, yes, absolutely, we want to use it, because then we can market our filament to
as bamboo.
Printers.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the reason that's why I feel very confident in being this conspiracy nut about this point is because it reeks of...
Because they haven't done it.
It reeks of, like, corporate greed to me.
Yeah.
Because how easy would it be for them to say, hey, we would like to partner with companies to do this. Who's interested? But they don't. Instead, they say, we keep this close to our chest because we don't want... What was their reasoning behind it? I don't even know what their reasoning was for not opening it.
Reasoning. I think they're just...
And so And that, given that is what country is bamboo from? I feel like they were American.
They are American. Their CEO, I think something about Germany, but I think he's from.
So I just
bunch of
didn't want to
them-
call them the American filament or the American 3D printing company
They
and then
are-
be
they are
proven wrong.
American.
Okay. But so the way that 2D printing works in America is everything is chip based. And I have never in my life heard a single person compliment a 2D printing company. Brother, Inkjet, that's not the name of a company. I can't think of the name of any other companies off the top of my head. They all work by using like chips on their ink, and they do all this stuff to make it so that you like lose all of your money buying ink for your printer. And like the way that XYZ used to do it is that it would use the calculations from the slicer. So you know how like your slicer will say, "Oh, this thing will use like 5 grams of filament or whatever," and then you'll like do it, and it'll actually you only use like 4. Kirby.
I'm listening. My mouse just fell apart, so I'm trying to fix it.
Oh, so you know how like when in your slicer it'll give you an estimate of how much material it thinks it's going to use?
Yeah.
XYZ would do that, but take the conservative estimate so that if there were any losses, every time every roll would have, when you were like quote unquote done with it, when the roll was empty as the machine would tell you, there would be like several grams left on the roll. And I'm not talking like just a little bit to like finish
And
off
there
a
was
print.
no
I'm
way
talking
to
like,
force the
and there
printer
was
to
no way except for jailbreaking your entire system to get it to accept that roll of filament anymore. Anytime you bought refill spools from them, they came with a little tag that you had to put in the printer because then it would register as a refill spool. Otherwise, there was no way to put third-party filament in there. I can't remember because it's been so long and the industry has changed so much, but I'm pretty sure that you couldn't change the slicing software to reflect any changes in like retractions or anything like that for the material, because it would read it and say, "Oh, this is ABS. I know what the settings are for ABS." So like you couldn't trick it by putting PLA in there and like having it print. And they only would sell 500 gram spools. They wouldn't sell 1 kilogram spools, but they still charged the same amount of money that it cost to buy a kilogram of a spool. So if I remember correctly, it was $25 a roll to buy a refill from them, and it was half of a roll, so it was 500 grams. And so everything that you printed was like the top of the line. And this is also why I'm really not a big fan of the whole mantra, "Oh, well, it's touch and go. You don't have to do any tinkering with it," because that's how the XYZ printer was advertised back in the day, and I still can't get it to work. And it's been over a decade. Like, there were wires that broke, and I had to resolder like thermistor wires and stuff. It's like it's a shitty machine. Like, and so that's why I get very nervous of the way that Bamboo conducts themselves.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, and like I said, a lot of people who say, "Oh, it's a plug and play," they're comparing it to old Enders, like Ender 3 Pro. It's like, yeah, compared to that, yeah, it's plug and play, but you're still going to have maintenance and stuff on it that you'll need to do. And yeah, the printer's a lot better at telling you how to do the maintenance and when to do the maintenance. But that's still one of those things where it's like, you can get that on any printer now, not just Bamboo.
Yeah,
people just don't.
I have
explore other
completely
printers.
shifted my opinion of the 3D printing industry given how the last year has shaken out. Because I used to agree with everybody that like, oh, you know, like Creality, you have to tinker with them. Prusa, you pay for extreme quality. But I don't know if that really is the case anymore. Because I'm
I'd argue it
seeing
is
the
not.
newest. I'm seeing all of the printers from all the companies, and they pretty much all look exactly the same, quality wise. I think the bigger deciding factor is the slicing software. I don't think it's the hardware anymore. I think it's the slicing software, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah,
if you
hardware's gotten to the point where everything's basically identical. So the only difference you're gonna see is how you slice it.
like if you look at the if you look at if you look at the K1 compared to the Bamboo, and the only way that I can compare it to the Bamboo is what they have demoing at Micro Center. They look nearly identical. Now, that's because I'm using Orca Slicer, I realize, but still, like, I don't know. And other YouTubers have similar opinions to this, like Chep. He said he made a whole video about it, in fact. He was like, yeah, I sliced files sliced files, and he said this like a year ago, so he was way ahead of the trend, but he did like a workaround in Bamboo Slicer to get it to slice files for his K1, and he found that they were identical, nearly identical in quality between the X1 and the K1. And this was like when the K1 first came out. I don't know. And like you look at Prusa and it's the same thing. I just don't think that some of these other printing companies have really I feel like they've designed for the 3D printing market like 3 years ago. And I think that the 3D printing market has really, really changed in the last couple of years. And there's a lot of companies who just haven't kept up with that change, in my opinion. No shade towards Prusa. I think they deserve to exist because of what they've done for the industry. But I would be lying if I didn't say I feel like they haven't been innovating as much as they did in their early years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously the Prusa XL is a big deal, but it's also very expensive.
Yeah, and I think...
But they're also really the only company that has a printer like that on the market, where it's a ready-to-go multi-head solution.
Yeah. And I think tool changing is really, really impressive. But I think that the amount of people that will be able to interact with that are like nobody. I think that's why everybody's like the Orange Thorn Giga is like a wet fart. I can't really count on my hand anybody that isn't directly paid by Elegoo who has said anything good about that printer.
I've heard a lot of bad stuff about the printer.
Like Frankly Built, I take his word as doctrine, because he will talk shit on every printer ever. He tells you how it is. I really like his content. Sometimes I feel he's a little pessimistic, but every once in a while you need that. 3D Printing Nerd couldn't get his to work either. And the only person I've ever heard say anything good about it is Uncle Jesse, and he is paid by Elegoo to say good shit about them.
They're a main channel sponsor.
And even him, who is paid to be a spokesman for them, still has issues with it. And every video he comes out with, he's like, "Yeah, I had to like do all this crazy workaround shit to get this printer to work, but I still love it. I really love it, and you should buy it." And it's like,
he's got a direct line to Elegoo too. Like, he gets instant responses from support because they want to make sure that his videos look good. Which, I mean, it's whatever, but you just have to understand when you go into watching an Uncle Jesse video that he's paid by Elegoo. They are a main channel sponsor. They will do anything for him to make the printer look good.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like, if you're in the market for a large form factor printer and you're okay with...
Don't buy the Orange Storm Giga.
Very slow prints. Maybe it's the printer for you, but you have to very much temper your expectations.
I don't think the Orange Storm Giga has any audience at all.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
And we've talked about this on other streams, and I gotta reiterate it. I don't think it has a crowd, because for people like you and me, I say you and me even though I don't currently have an Etsy shop, but that's kind of what I was leaning towards. Because like, regular tinkerers are not going to get anything out of it for the $3,500 price tag. So the only people that you're really going to market it towards are people that can sell it. It would be my guess. I don't know. And industry, but industry's not going to buy it because industry doesn't use filament.
Yeah,
they use pellets, and they already have, like, they're willing to pay $3,500 for a printer that can use pellets.
They're willing to pay $3,500 just for the extruder to print pellets.
That's what I'm saying. And so then the question is, who is it for? Because it's not for people like you or me on Etsy that make Etsy orders, because it doesn't work.
I think it's literally just a marketing strategy. It's just so that they can say that they're the
And it's so frustrating because they use Kickstarter to push it.
Yeah, that's
so they took community money to make this flop of a printer and then have us foot the bill for it. It bothers the shit out of me. And it bothers me when any developed company makes a 3D printing thing on Kickstarter. I hated it when Creality did it. I'm pretty sure Bamboo did it at some point.
Well, they did it for their first printer, and then they haven't done it since.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Kind of makes sense because new company, brand new printer.
Yeah, I guess
that's excusable. But if you're an established company, you should not be using Kickstarter to launch a product.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how everything shakes out. I don't mean to be like pessimistic towards Bamboo. They kickstarted the Core XY boom. They're the reason why we have things like the K1, and innovation should breed or competition should breed innovation. But the way that they handle themselves just makes me, honestly, I would trade never having multicolor for them to not be scummy. Like, I don't know, everything they do just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. I think what they need to do, keep all the engineers because they're clearly very smart. Drop their entire PR team and start over with that.
Yeah. I'm not saying they need to be completely open source,
team.
because I understand we live in a world where you can get your stuff ripped off, but the 3D printing community is not one that is good for closed source.
Yeah, especially with
I don't know if it ever will be.
Yeah, even though it's a Bamboo, and even though it quote unquote just works, there's still maintenance and stuff that needs to happen. There's still potential upgrades that could be made to it, and having it closed source like that just isn't.
And it always
really something that the community takes well to.
Closed source just bothers me because it takes away your right to repair. It takes away your ability to use stuff that you bought. Because if tomorrow they put out an update that you don't like and you are forced to use it, here, you know what? That reminds me of a perfect example. Look at what Spotify is doing right now with their Spotify things. That is the reason why the stuff coming out of Bamboo worries me. Because if one day they decided, you know what, we don't feel like supporting the X1 carbon, you need to buy the X2 carbon, then you're shit out of luck. You've got a brick. Because there is nothing you can do about it.
They did update it, but for a while, they had an end of life on their X1 carbon, because that was the first printer that came out.
Yeah. Oh God, you're gonna scare me even more now.
I think the end of life was like 5 years from reverse, which is in like 2026, I think. And it's like, that's really fucking close for a printer that feels like it didn't come out that long ago and that you can still buy brand new.
Yeah. Like whether you like I don't agree that you should, but if you were to go to a store right now and buy an Ender 3 Pro, it can work just as well as an Ender 3 V3 SE off the shelf. Like in terms of physical usage. you know.
Yeah.
But
There's
like
nothing
if
stopping
Bamboo
you
shuts
from
their
upgrading the
stuff
firmware and
down,
stuff.
I don't know if it would work properly. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it won't, like I don't want to get in trouble, but I just don't know because it's so heavily connected to their Okay, fine. I'm busy.
Don't worry, I answered for him.
Thank you. If you're watching the stream, then maybe I'll get you some milk. Comment milk in my chat and I'll get you milk.
He left the game.
So yeah, no, this whole thing with the Spotify deck. Oh, he commented milk, but he left the game, so if
Yeah,
you come back, I'll get you milk.
We should explain because we never explained that. We just brought it up.
The
So
Spotify
has their car thing. I think it's literally, isn't it called the car thing?
It might be, but I call it the Spotify CarPlay. But
Yeah,
basically
so
what it does is it's
a
Android Auto, but in a little Bluetooth device.
Yeah.
That you plug into your computer or your car.
You plug it in with an aux cord, and it's got a little screen and a dial on it, and you can play Spotify on it. It's kind of a cool little device, but they're ending support for it.
And they told you just throw it out.
Instead of just letting it exist as its own thing with no updates, or what would be ideal, open sourcing it so people can jailbreak it and put whatever they want on it. They are bricking every single device. If you own one of those things, which you paid what $250 for, and you could buy new as of like last year, if you bought one of those in a couple of months, it will be completely unusable.
And they have told you suck it up, throw it out, and use Apple CarPlay. And what everybody is logically saying, there are some cars that there are a lot of cars, the majority of cars that cannot use any form of Apple CarPlay because they don't have Bluetooth.
Especially since cars are lasting a lot longer on the road. I constantly see cars that are 20, 25 years old in the shop, and they're in perfectly, I mean, maybe not great shape, but okay shape. They don't have CarPlay. CarPlay didn't exist 20 years ago.
It's just,
but they have an aux cable, and they could have used one of those things.
That's why it bothers me whenever a company is like, "Oh, just trust us," because things are going well for you now. But what will you do when things aren't going well?
Yeah.
Are you gonna take away support for stuff that I bought? I found milk.
All it takes is a shift in management, and everything could just be taken away.
And again, like I said with the and the reason the way that this relates back to Bamboo is they have said that they won't make materials proprietary, but again, that is all up to them, and because their software is closed source, we can't fact check them on that. We can't tell you their software doesn't make
until they do it.
Like their software could very well make a check to see if it's a genuine Bamboo spool. We don't know.
So,
in fact, I'm pretty sure we do know that it checks to see if it's a genuine Bamboo spool.
To also go along with like open source versus proprietary, at least in software. I'm gonna stray away from 3D printers a bit, but to prove the point that open source is just superior, there's a product called Redis, or Redis, however you say it. Mm-hmm. It's a caching. It's an open source caching solution for data. So it's like a local cache database sort of thing. What it does isn't very important, but basically the Redis Foundation recently got sold. I don't remember who it was to, but it was to one of the big tech companies. It wasn't like Microsoft or something, but it was one of the big tech companies, and they just released. I want to call it a manifest because they basically killed the project, but they released a statement saying, "Hey, Redis is going closed source. They're going to take all of the open source work that everybody put a lot of time and effort and work into, a lot of it for free, and make it closed source and proprietary. But here's the kicker. because the current version and what will eventually be the old version of Redis is open source and has an open source license, there are already forks of Redis, and that includes a fork by the Linux Foundation to replace Redis. As soon as the Linux Foundation forks your project is dead because everybody will use that version instead. So Redis killed themselves by going from open source to closed source.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely good.
I thought of another thing while you were talking because I know nothing about Redis, but or actually two examples. One, Adobe. Adobe is now announcing that if you use legacy Adobe products, they will have the right to sue you, I believe it is.
Oh, dear Lord.
And you have to update to new Adobe products. I don't know too much about that because I don't use any Adobe products, but I know that Adobe's predatory, so I wouldn't surprise me. But I know they came out with some statement about legacy content where they're not only not supporting it anymore, but if you use it, you'll like, I believe what it is Adobe is now like only a subscription service. I don't think you can buy Adobe anymore. You can only buy licenses for it. And what they're saying is if you don't upgrade to the membership model, that they will have grounds to sue you because you're using technically like an illegal copy or something like that. And then another example.
Doesn't make any sense because if you paid for a perpetual license, all of a sudden it's not perpetual anymore.
Yeah, there has to be something else going on there that I don't know about. And again, I get a lot of my news from like TikTok and YouTube, and so it's got to be like short and catchy to get you to watch. So like I realize that it's probably not as huge as what I'm talking about. I wish Gigi was here because she's really big into Adobe. She might have heard about that.
She loves Adobe. She's an Adobe chill.
No, she hates it, but she has to use it because what else are you going to do for art?
Yeah.
That's another big problem is like all this stuff coming out with Microsoft and their AI that's going to take pictures of your
penis.
Your screen every once in a while. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, no, I heard about that.
Oh, man, I heard about it. I was like, fuck, man. There's no way to opt out of it.
And I think the worst part is like that stuff, it all came to Windows 10 as well. So even though I'm still on Windows 10 because I have a computer that isn't
There's literally nothing you can do about it. That's
I'm
the shittiest part.
Shafted, yeah.
The only alternative is to go to Linux, and I think I'd rather shoot myself in the head than switch to Linux.
I might switch to Linux. I'm very close. Now that Copilot is infected my system and I started getting ads to use the Windows Weather app, I'm about on my last straw.
I'm really lucky that I have Education Edition, so I don't have ads on my system yet, but goddamn. Yeah, I don't know. Something big's got to change in tech, otherwise we're all fucked, like, really soon. It's kind of scary, not gonna lie. There's Nintendo with Vims, Microsoft with being Microsoft.
Although Microsoft has been a lot more open to doing open source stuff now. But Windows is still a shit show. But as far as software that isn't Windows, Microsoft has been pretty good. Except for Minecraft. Damn.
Yep. Fuck, Minecraft is dying. I need your help.
I think Minecraft's fine. I think it's just Bedrock Edition is...
But I would argue the people that play Bedrock Edition don't give a shit about the stuff that's why I really agree with you that there should be almost not a fork. I shouldn't use that term just because you mentioned it, because I don't really understand what it means. Well, I know what it means, but I mean, I think that they should fork Java and Bedrock and have them develop simultaneously but independently. I don't know if it would be possible, but maybe just like have certain features not come to Bedrock.
Or just not care about full what do you call it when two things are the same.
Parity?
Parity, yeah. Just not have full parity.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't think
Like
that
as
they
long
should
as
have
as
full
long as
parity.
it's close enough, because Bedrock has so many issues anyways. You can still just randomly die, and that's like the main reason Bedrock doesn't have a hardcore mode, is because you'll just be walking and just die,
That's so
and
funny.
it'll say you fell out of the world, and it's like, what the fuck?
And I mean, Bedrock gets so much stuff that Java doesn't, like the Sonic the Hedgehog update. Still
I mean,
mad I didn't
that's
get to play that.
yeah. That's not really an update. That's more of like a
DLC, I know.
DLC. Yeah, like kind of
It's
kind
still
of a mod,
content.
but
Didn't I say content?
yeah, it is. But Java would have to completely redo the way a lot of their backend stuff works to be able to support that kind of stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. At this point, why don't they just fork? Because it's only Java that
Yeah,
suffers.
true.
Bedrock does not
True,
suffer.
true. Yeah, just let the Java devs go crazy and see if the Bedrock devs can even keep up.
No, just let the Bedrock devs do their own thing. I honestly think it
Yeah.
would be more advantageous for both groups to play to their strength. Because
Yeah.
kids that don't have a PC are the only people playing Minecraft on anything but a PC. So just make it more like more
and
friendly
especially
for
since when you buy
target
Minecraft, you
demographic.
get both versions. So if you're playing on PC, you're gonna be playing Java. Otherwise, people are gonna make fun of you for playing Bedrock.
Yeah. It's basically just console players, and console players are not going to give a shit about like in-depth mods or like features like the tick speed or whatever the fuck it was with the new thing
Plus,
that got
there's
messed
nothing stopping Microsoft and Mojang from making Java run on consoles and stuff because it's Java. The only thing you need to get a Java application to run on a different device is a JVM that's compiled for that device, a Java virtual machine.
You're 2 hours
And
early. This is my new
pretty
time.
much every single device has a JVM compiled for it. So Java Minecraft works on basically everything. The only thing stopping it from not being put on other devices is performance. But even now, the Bedrock edition has become so laggy now that that's not even a difference maker.
Yeah. Hey, Dreams, I just want to let you know this might be one of the best streams for you to catch up on because we talked really in depth about 3D printing. But if you want to skip it and watch it later, you could join VC and talk to us. It'd be nice to catch up. I could talk about some of the updates on some of the Recreator stuff I've got going on, which might be kind of cool. Now that Dreams is here, I've been playing games other than Overwatch. Oh my god, my life has been so good. my life has been so good ever since I stopped playing Overwatch.
Proud of you.
I played Fortnite. Holy shit, Fortnite is just fun and whimsical. I'm stuck being an adult. Nah, put him to bed. What is it? Like 10 o'clock there? Be like, Dad's gotta go and do stuff. He's gotta go play with his other kids right now. Anyway. Fortnite is just so fun and whimsical now. Oh my god. Like, right now, there's a car meta, but 7:30 p.m. and my wife doesn't like that language. Oh. Wait, my language? English? I'm messing around. Wait, does your family, are they able to hear me? Should I watch my language in front of your kids? I'm sorry. I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, no. So the new meta is cars. So the whole map has like cars on it, but they have like boxes that if you run into, it will give your car like different like crazy attributes. Calm down, Mickey Mouse. I gotta start streaming Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and Paw Patrol. So, like, one of them is, like, off-roading tires. One of them's bulletproof tires. One of them is, like, turbocharge. There's my favorite is it will put like a fence on the front of your car, so you just break through any piece of whatever with no effort. So you can basically just make a killdozer and drive it into buildings and kill people that are camping. Last night, Cynthia and I were playing Fortnite, and we didn't win a single time, but it is the most fun I've had with Fortnite in like months. It was so fun. Lightning McQueen is playable in Fortnite? Yeah! Yeah! But there was a guy in a car, and I took out the like fists. I forget what they're called. I just call them the fists. But I flipped the car over, and then the guys jumped out of the car, and I just boxed them to death. It was so funny. The whole while I was Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. And then after it was all over, I hit the dancing domino, and I went into the moonlight, Nakama domino. It was great. It was great. And then I played Misery Business on drums, and then I switched to vocals, and I was like, I'm in the business of misery. Are you lobby crafting, or are you listening to me?
I've been lobby crafting for the entire time we've been on.
That was gross. Thank you. I'm glad you guys liked that.
Hey, you want
brain rot?
7 stacks of obsidian?
Not really.
Okay, I'll keep it then.
So, over the weekend when I went to Micro Center, I bought, I think, 8 rolls of 2.85 millimeter filament. And the guy at the counter was like, "Are you sure this is like not the right diameter?" And I got to do I got
yeah, pushes up glasses. I'm sure.
Actually, I felt really bad because, or like I felt really cool because I was like, "Well, did you know?" And the guy looked at me like, "Can you shut the hell up? I don't care." And I was like, "Damn." I wanted to rip his sticker off the filament so he didn't get commission because he didn't listen to my yap sesh in the aisle at Micro Center. Like, at my local Micro Center, there's one guy who I always go, and I ask him to give me one of his stickers because I really like him, even though I don't ever need his help. Just because the first time I went there, he was really nice to me. And he listened to my yap sesh about the 3D printer. That's all I want. I just want a friend. Right, Kirby?
I need somebody to talk to.
I need a friend. Kobe's been busy lately. He won't talk to me. I went to the guy. He had to get up on a ladder because the 2.85 filament was taller than me. I couldn't reach it. I couldn't reach it. It was on top shelf, so I needed a ladder. And so the guy's up there and he's like, "Are you sure you want this as 2.85?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I actually have a printer that prints with it." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And Kirby needed a friend so hard he made Kerbot.
Yeah, but he's been broken for like 3 months.
He's been broken longer than he's been in service.
Yeah, that is true.
So I was like, yeah, Creality released a limited run of a 2.85 millimeter version of their sprite extruder.
Well, technically it wasn't a limited run. They just stopped making it.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know why they stopped making it.
probably because nobody bought it. You might be the only person on the entire face of the earth that bought it.
The only sucker.
The only idiot.
Yeah,
Should
I cannot
reach out
find
to Creality and be like, "Hey, you guys got like any of these in stock?" And they just might send you like 30 of them for free.
You mean the 2.85 millimeter rolls or the
No,
sprite extruder?
The sprite extruder. They just might be like, "Yeah, we got like 1,000 of them. You want all of them?"
But why would I need more of them?
Just for fun.
That's true. Nobody outside of people who have Ultimaker use 2.85. That's the problem, though. Cura doesn't slice 2.85 great, which is so stupid because they're the only printing company that uses it anymore.
I don't even think they use it that much. I know Lulzbot still does. But they're
I need to hone in.
special.
I don't know what things to edit anymore to like make my profiles better. But yeah, I can't wait to make that video. By can't wait, I mean I can't wait to edit that video. I just gotta buckle down and edit it one day, because I have literally all the footage I need for it. But I think it'll make a great video, because I am quite literally doing something that I I am doing something that nobody else on the face of the earth has ever done. Edit your hot end to be 1.75? What the fuck are you on about? Oh, to basically be like the recreator, like in to do like in what's his name? CNC Kitchen's most recent video where he used the recreator to reduce 2.8 meter filament to 1.75, which was an idea I had back before I made my recreator, and then I was told that it was impossible. And so I scrapped it, instead made a printer that can print in 2.85.
You got to stop asking people if something's possible and just try it.
I know, but I get ideas faster than I can do them.
That's
and the first part of any academic research is always to ask to see if anybody's done it before, to make sure that you know whether or not it's a good idea.
But maybe they did
Kirby,
it
you're right. There's nothing I can serve as a rebuttal, because I agree with you. You're right. That's why I'm not telling people the other ideas I have to do.
Because I'm gonna steal it and send it to CNC Kitchen again.
Well, on an earlier episode of Minecraft Tuesday, we had talked about my idea to get a printer that can print that has two hot ends that run parallel to each other. And I said I want to do that because I want to use PET as a support material, and I said that to Josh, and he said it was a bad idea that I shouldn't pursue, because the PET is more valuable as a material than it is as a support material. And I was like, damn. He also said he also said to be careful, because he doesn't want people to think that recycled PET is like trash, because I view it as I'm taking something that otherwise would be trash and I'm turning it into a useful material. But he said he doesn't like that mindset.
Material, it's still useful.
He said he doesn't like that mindset because it gets people to be like contrarians, which he's not wrong, because then people will be like, well, I don't want trashy material as my support material. But I still am gonna pursue it, because never say never. But yeah.
Plus, I think it's cool to play with an IDEX, because that's something I mean, I think I told everybody already, but when I get the SV08, one of the first things I'm going to do is swap the tool head out for...
Oh, it's an IDEX printer. I'd forgotten about that.
The SV08 is not, no.
It's called the Soval 8.
But...
Slicer setting. Cura doesn't slice 2.8 very well. Don't know what to edit. Use a one... No, that's what I'm saying. I'm currently using an edited 1.75 profile, and I think that's why it's not great, because slicers have been optimized for 1.75 and not 2.85. So I wonder if the issues I'm seeing are because I'm using like an edited 1.75. I also just am not great at tuning. I never have been good at tuning on 3D printers. That's my biggest downside. Anyway, you were talking about IDEX.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first thing I want to do with my SV08 is swap out the tool head to a mini dragon burner, the same one that I have on my Voron.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's not a proprietary nozzle anymore, and so that it's easier to work on, because it'll be more modular and stuff. But once it's that open source mini dragon burner, then I can potentially upgrade to a tap changer, a Voron tap changer.
Gotcha.
So that I can do multi-head stuff on it. because with the
Nice.
flying gantry, it makes it a lot easier to do tool head swaps because the entire gantry can move up and down. So I really want to experiment with multi-tool head, and I think the SV08 is a way to go. Because
Now,
I'm
are you
willing to
talking
tinker.
like the Persh XL where it can like swap between the tool heads mid print?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
So not exactly IDEX because those are running
Parallel
at the
to each
same
other,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. So you basically have basically two active tool heads. This is still one active tool head, but you would be able to do stuff like PET support and stuff on.
I'm very interested in something like that. It'll be something I do. Like I'm gonna look at other stuff beforehand. I think the next big thing that I'm going to do, aside from refurbing my CR10, is I would really like to get it as soon as Creality confirms that or deconfirms that the K1 Max will work with their AMS system, which we both agree about this, and they've said that I believe this summer is when they're going to give all the news on the K2, because it's been a year since the K1 came out, and they've already showed it off at CES.
More than a year since the K1 came out.
Oh, really? Well, that's my bad. Anyway,
K1's been out for like 2 years.
so I think this summer they're gonna like fully reveal, because on Twitter I retweeted it. Shout out to anybody that follows me on Twitter. I actually replied to their tweet. They were showing off the K2 combo, and where is it? Oh, I gotta go to replies. My bad. Yeah, they were showing off their K2. Yeah, K2 Plus and the CFS, the Creality fucking system. The multicolor combo. I guessed the combo is gonna be $1,000. That's my guess, because it's a nice round, even number, and to me that lines up the most with where everything's headed. Because I believe that the K2 is going to come out and cost nearly the same as the K1C is right now, and the K1C costs $550 if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And so $550 plus $400 for the AMS system would be around $1,000. So I think it's going to cost an even $1,000.
I have a feeling as a combo, they're going to try and keep the price down. If you buy a printer and the system.
Oh yeah, but I'm just estimating, because if it's $550 and $450
I think that's too high.
You
if
think
it
so?
comes out at $450,
So let me be honest. I'm trying to be conservative so that I'm happy no matter what happens. So
That's
I'm
fair.
overestimating, because I'd rather it come in at like 900, and I'm like, dude, it's so much cheaper.
Be a lot less than that. I think 750 around. That's where I think.
If so, I'm buying day one.
Even the Bamboo Lab AMS, you can buy the AMS by itself, like
for
not
$500,
in a combo
right?
deal for like $250.
Really? I thought it was $5.
I think saying the Creality one is going to be closer to $4. I think that's
don't
way
give
too
them the
high. If
chance to
Creality
charge more.
releases it for that,
I think
really
900 is closer, because when in the replies somebody put $8.99 and they put a GIF about it.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I
still think that's gonna be way too high for a lot of people.
Between 700 and 800, I think, is where it's probably gonna sit.
Yeah.
Skibbity toilet. No way. Yeah, we'll see.
If they
But
do make it work with
as soon as they
like
announce that it works with the as soon as they announce that it works with the K1 series, I'm gonna probably buy a K1 Max, because I really want a bigger printer, and I love the way that you clip that. Fantastic. Send that clip to me. Actually, wait, do I get notifications that clips are sent? You say skibbity toilet. Yeah, skibbity toilet. Skibbity skibbity toilet. Skibbity toilet. Skibbity skibbity toilet. Too high for me. I'm still looking for the Quiddy Smart and the Flash Forge. Yeah, but I'm at the point in my 3D printing career where I'm not looking for any more quality, and so instead I'd rather have stuff that I don't have anymore, or my other machines can't give me. And so the one thing I don't have is multi-material, and so that's why I'm kind of putting my bets on the AMS. Bro, your hat? Yeah, it's my construction hat since I'm playing Minecraft. But I really want the Max because I want to print. I'm glad you like it. I want to print with the bigger bed. 3D Chameleon is a nice option. That's true. So looking a little bit more into it,
I still have yet to get it to work.
I want to apologize to you, Kirby, because I feel like, oh, what is the top left? That's my printer. Actually, I could move it because it's not great in. I don't have anything printing right now because it finished on stream. I guess I could leave for a second, but I don't want to. I don't want to leave chat alone. Here, I'll move it in view so you can see it in its full beauty. Today's another VTuber 3D model that I made. Anyway. So, what was I talking about? It's fine, I'll spam it for you. Is it a 3D printer? Yeah, so I don't know if you're a first-time viewer or a returning viewer, but I'm a 3D printing guy. Pretty much every video that I put out is a 3D printing related video. First time? Well, I'm glad you're here. Nice to have a first time chatter. So yeah, I stream Minecraft every Tuesday pretty much. Not pretty much. I've streamed Minecraft every day, every Tuesday since
for the past 8 years.
For the past 8 years since we're coming up on my 1 year anniversary. But yeah, I think I might if I can get Cynthia to join me, I might 3D model on. Can you print my logo? Maybe. I'm thinking of opening up a shop for like commissions and stuff like that. So I might be down.
Speaking of 3D printing like logos and stuff, I bought HueForge. I have yet to learn how it all works completely. I did. Well, I think I sent you a picture of my first like attempt that came out pretty good.
You could send it to me again because I don't remember it, but
like Ninja one.
Fortnite Ninja?
Yeah, no.
Dang.
But I wanna get better at using that because I think HueForge prints look.
Really cool. HueForge looks amazing. Let me know how that goes. I've got too many like cooks in my kitchen right now, or what is the thing? So I can't work on it right now, but I really want to. Do you play Fortnite? Yeah, you missed it. I was just talking about Fortnite. The new season is hype. I love the car meta and the new fists. They're awesome. I should play Fortnite on stream. I'll ask Cynthia if she wants to duo. Too many pots on the stove.
Not enough cooks in the kitchen.
Can you add me on it and we can collab? Maybe. I don't do too many collabs with chatters often. Mainly it's just people in my immediate circle. But we could see. So yeah, I have been working. I actually just got I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. I'm sorry if I keep rambling. I've had like 8 different conversations I wanted to have with you, Kirby, so that we could talk today. And
then I just wasn't here.
And you weren't here, and I'm like, I had this whole script planned out and everything. But because we got rep wrap coming up and all that, but I'm gonna start making inventory on the one printer for like an Etsy shop, and then I want to get that set up. But I'm also, I don't know, does Etsy let you do like one-off commissions, or would I have to set up something else for that?
I believe they do. I haven't really looked into that
because I've gotten
there are plenty of other options for stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't want to have to make multiple accounts for this. That's why I was just like,
yeah.
Because then I have to advertise both. It's like frustrating. I guess I could do them like. I don't know how I would do them. That's actually a good question. But the commission that Cynthia wants me to do is like super hype. I'm like really excited for it. Kirby is not streaming today. He feels sick, and I'm probably gonna get off pretty soon because I might use the extra time to do more.
Yeah, I was about to say I started not feeling super well again, so I was gonna go lay down soon.
I think that's all of the. I think I just transformed all of. Yeah, that's all of the concrete. That's awesome. So yeah, maybe after the stream I could tell you about the commission I'm doing for Cynthia because I'm actually like really hype about it. It's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind taking on some more art commissions. Because I feel like it kind of pushes me to learn how to model better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But after the stream, I'll tell you about it because I'm really excited about it. But I'll have to see how my day goes tomorrow because I have to do adult work, not just printer work. And I also said that I'd spend tomorrow editing videos so that I could catch up on some of the stuff that I want to get done before Rep Rap. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about stuff for Rep Rap because I know you're going to Off Kai, but I need to get like my tickets and everything, like my flights. So yeah.
I think I told you before, whatever works for you, it should work for me. So just
I guess the question.
And then
the question. So who's gonna get the hotel?
I can worry about that. Are we just planning on sharing a room?
If you're comfortable with it, I am.
That's fine. Okay. I can worry about that, and then you can just PayPal me some money back.
Or physically hand you cash.
I'm just kind of waiting a little bit until I've Off Kai completely done with.
Gotcha. The only reason I haven't bought my flights yet is because when I checked last week, they were going to be $500.
Yeah, that's.
And so I'm kind of hoping that they've gone down in price, but I realize that is probably some hope.
Yeah, usually once it's like within a month of the flight, the price starts dropping.
Yeah, we'll see.
You could also add the flight to like a price tracker and see when it actually does drop.
I wish I could have gone to Off Kai. If I had, I feel like I probably could have made it, honestly. But
the thing with like me and Tim going, I mean, I guess you maybe could have slept on the floor as well, but False already had a room, so it made it easier decision.
Well, honestly, I was thinking about it. I could have packed I could have paid. I would be saving a lot of money by rooming with you guys because we'd be splitting the cost of a room 4 ways. So it'd be super cheap. I could have bought a carry-on bag or like a checked bag and packed a sleeping bag in it.
Yeah.
And I thought of that plan way too late, and so I couldn't get tickets. I think another reason why I'm kind of sad is because tickets for Anime NYC already ran out. And so I don't think I'm going to be able to go to Anime NYC either. And so I'm like, gosh, I won't be able to go to any cool conventions this year.
Haven't you been complaining about conventions so lately?
No,
about
the only
them just being for selling shit.
Well, my biggest complaints with Fan Expo were that the stuff that was there wasn't anything that I was interested in, which isn't necessarily a fault of them. It's like I knew what I was getting when I paid for the ticket, if that makes sense. You know, like what I need to do is go to more conventions that are specifically tailored towards my interests. You know, like Rep Rap. I'm probably going to go to Too Many Games Expo and see Vinny Vinesauce is going to be at the Philly one. And I'm like, holy shit, I'd get to meet Vinny Vinesauce. And like Anime NYC. So those are some more like specific conventions that would have people that I'd be more interested in seeing, if that makes sense. Because then I feel that the price is a little bit more justified. Like Fan Expo, probably 75% of the stuff that was there directly didn't I didn't give a shit about. Because like 50% of Fan Expo is 50% of Fan Expo is Star Wars. Then out of the remaining 50%, 25% of it is like 80s, 90s era like nerd stuff. So like Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, that kind of stuff. So like I don't give a shit about that. And so the remaining 25% is split 50-50 between anime and gaming, and most of the anime stuff I don't care about. So like I was paying $60 for a ticket to I was paying $60 to a ticket for Fan Expo so that I could see like 12.5% of the total offerings. Kirby's supple goat legs would be comfy enough. I don't need a sleeping bag.
Dear Lord, never say that.
Woo! Drawn pregnant. Man, my throat hurts so bad because my water bottle had mold in it, and so I had to throw it out. And so I don't have water next to me, and my throat's dying. I also really wanted to go to Offkai because it's a VTuber convention, and so I think I would be interested in all of it. Also, it would have been cool to hang out with you and Tim and False.
Yeah.
But
there's always
it's
next
okay.
year.
It's okay. Hopefully I'm alive for next year.
Hopefully you're not canceled.
True. Year. Hopefully I'm still into VTubers by then. I don't know any VTubers. But you're nah, you know me. You saying I'm not a VTuber? Moldy water bottle.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about like, like how many VTubers do you actually know that are at Offkai?
Me? None.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. Henya's gonna be there.
Obviously, yeah, you know the big ones, but there's
hey, I'm a VTuber. What the fuck do you mean?
A PNG tuber is a VTuber.
Hey,
Tim,
if
one of my favorite streamers is a PNG tuber. Actually, I would argue my
now that I'm in the Discord and I see you commenting, I'm like, hey, that's Kirby. I know him. I make it my goal.
That's not even who I was talking about, but yeah, she's a PNG tuber as well.
I was like, now that I see you comment in there, I'm like, this is my chance. I make it my mission to comment on every single thing you put into that chat.
I was gonna say you could try to embarrass me, but
I'm not. No, I'm not trying to embarrass you. I think it's very funny.
I get fucking shit on all the time, but it's kind of funny, so I just let it happen. Another VTuber server started calling me Butthole Man for a stupid thing.
I mean, but that's just funny.
I was gonna draw art, and it involved their little like chat character thing. And I'm like, well, is there reference for this? And they're like, yeah, let me post it. I'm like, oh, sweet. And all I asked, because it was relevant to what I was doing, was no butthole, like not even a little X. And I get fucking
You walked into that. You walked into that. Why did you ask about butthole? You walked into that.
Reference. It was for art.
You wanted it. You wanted it. No butthole, no nothing. Come on, you can't.
Kirby, I wanted to run this by you.
Tim.
Hello.
Yeah.
There's this app called Too Good to Go, and basically you can get a cafes or bakeries like leftovers, and I did this before, and I got like 40 donuts. And I was thinking we could do the same thing at Offkai.
Okay.
I put a picture in game chat.
I'm down. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I will try to bring some cheese. I'm not even kidding.
Bro's gonna smuggle some Wisconsin cheese in there.
No, you can bring cheese on planes. That's not a big deal.
Forgot about that.
I was just kidding. I know it's not illegal.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring at least cheese curds, I think.
Well, Tim, I'm sorry I couldn't. I'm sorry I couldn't attend Offkai. When I went to buy a ticket, they were sold out.
It's fine.
I literally need to go tomorrow to go get them though, and I'm not entirely sure I'll have time.
Oh well.
because it is a drive. It's like a 45-minute drive and then a 45-minute drive back. So I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, this bakery is a 20-minute walk. So
Okay.
it's actually like the most closest thing.
So False probably won't come with us because he'll be too busy.
Most
but we
closest, says the
He
English
might.
major.
It is.
Did you, Tim? Did you see his schedule? Remember last year when he had food ? If I have time.
All right, but
This
people
year,
who eat
he
at conventions.
doesn't even have food as an option on some days.
Okay, but
Oh my
food is for
God.
the week. You don't go to conventions and eat. When
He-
when we went to Fan Expo, we didn't eat until 6 o'clock. I think it was.
Oh, dude, I can't do that. I
Okay,
literally
need-
will. It will.
We got Popeyes,
straight
it
up
was-
just like.
Oh, you're
fuck
like
me
my
up.
sister. She doesn't have that grind. She doesn't have that dog in her.
Okay,
no, I
yeah,
don't.
we could do this for breakfast. I think.
Okay.
I didn't even realize.
I'll-
See, that's
'cause
what I'm
I'll
saying.
I'll probably be up super early, especially since the time change.
All right, hold
I'll
on.
probably be up super.
Okay, so I just muted them for a sec because they're talking about plans, and I wanted to talk directly to you guys. So, yeah. But yeah. So when I was in Scotland and Egypt at COP, I didn't eat at all for the entire week during the conference. My first meal was at night, like dinner. I didn't even pay for the wait, at a motel it's an add-on, it's not included with your like stay. That sucks. That's really shitty. I'm sorry, man. Here in America, it's called the Continental Breakfast. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I was talking to chat, and I didn't want to get in the middle of you guys' conversations about organization of stuff. But Dreams and I were talking about the fact that in Europe, the breakfast isn't included.
For hotels.
Yeah, you know how like
Yeah, but
hotels have the
breakfast at
continental
hotels here sucks. So
Okay,
it's
but
not-
like, all right, I'm gonna make a really like. I know I pride myself on my good food takes. Continental breakfast biscuits got me acting. Them shits when you've had like a long day driving, you're tired as shit because you woke up early because you don't like sleeping at the hotel. My last hotel in Ohio had the sheet smelled like piss, and it made me uncomfortable because I was like, I'm sleeping in someone's urine, like dried urine. I did not sleep at all. I bit into that biscuit and everything was okay. I'm sorry. Premier Inn charges you. Yeah, I guess it does. It does. If you go to like a Motel 6, they probably don't have continental breakfast. But like, I don't know. See, the economy's kind of weird. The economy.
Midwest Rep Rap. Both
Freaking
times
animal.
I
I didn't sleep in the piss sheets. I wrapped up the sheets and tossed them aside.
for Midwest Rep Rap, and I'm totally down for changing what hotel we stay at. But both times I stayed at the Super 8. Their continental breakfast was
God.
literally just like 3 choices of cereal, and that's it.
I was hoping we could at least stay at like a Holiday Inn or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'd rather upgrade. Yeah.
So when
I mean, the
I
Super 8 was
stayed in
fine,
Indiana when I was driving to my grandparents' house, the hotel for my dad and I was 160 for the night, which wouldn't be too bad for us because then it'd be 60 a person per night.
I was gonna say we're probably gonna stay. Well, we are gonna stay 2 nights at
Yeah,
least.
because we're gonna stay Friday night. Oh, also Josh got back to me and he said he's not shipping you anything. Instead, he's gonna ship it to a different guy, and I guess I'm meeting up with this other guy there.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little rough, but we are going to be representing Recreator at least for some amount of the event. Which I know I just leaked it to everybody, but I'm gonna be making a formal announcement soon about that.
I was gonna say it's probably close enough that it doesn't matter too much.
You think you know Kirby's name now? Ooh.
Huh?
John chat triggers.
Yeah, DM it to me.
No, say it in chat. I'll delete it.
No, please.
I'm kidding. He doesn't actually know your name. There's no way.
I might have an account that has my name on it still. I have no idea.
I'm completely scrubbed. The only thing that he would know me from is Recreator, though.
And even if you know my name, I still would rather have you.
Shit, how'd you get it? He got it.
everybody
I got to delete the message. I
Oh,
got to delete the
fuck.
message.
Delete the whole VOD.
Francisco.
You have to delete the VOD.
Francisco Bartholomew. That's his name. Fuck. I shouldn't have said it out loud. But I think it's funny the way that I found out Dreams' real name was because Josh from the Recreator had been saying his name over and over and over again in meetings, and I did not know who the hell he was referring to. And then Dreams made a tweet, and his Twitter is literally just his name. And I was like, oh shit, that's who he's been talking about. He's been talking about Dream this whole time. All right, see you, Tim. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm probably gonna dip soon. I need to lay down.
No. No, I mean, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I wanted to talk about is I should be getting a shipment in from Recreator with some tools so I can start working. So any of you who have been like, why the hell has Mr. Recreator Ambassador not been posting? It is because I'm lacking some of the tools to continue working. So hopefully once he got to elevate the hooves. Once I get those parts from Josh, I should be able to keep going from there. And then, Kirby, do you think you could last for like a couple more minutes so I could end stream and then we could talk?
Yeah, but it has to only be a couple because I really need to lay down.
How many minutes? Could you last until like 3:20? Or sorry, 2:20?
3:20, yeah, probably.
Okay, awesome. Because I want to finish this layer and then I'm good to go. But so yeah, Josh told me about we settled up about what we're doing for rep, and I'm like super excited. Actually, Dreams, if you get a chance, hop in VC. I'd love to talk to you about it too. But I understand you got an adult. It's just stuff I can't talk about on stream because it's not confirmed. Or it's just stuff I can't talk about right now. It's like contractual stuff. Sure, I don't know how vocal I can be yet. No problem. I'll probably just be talking at you and not with you.
You have to leave that. It's part of the wall now.
I don't have a pickaxe that can mine it, so that's okay. I only have a stone pickaxe, so. Oh, speaking of other VTuber news, did you see any of the wrestling, the VTuber wrestling thing this weekend?
I have not been paying attention to that.
Oh,
I've
it's
been
so
working all
cute.
weekend.
Mint and Doki were the commentators.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and
I'll have to go watch that then.
I think they're pretty open, so I'm okay to talk about past lives. But when they were Palmu and whoever the hell Doki was before, I can't even remember their names. They did Niji wrestle, and they were the commentators, and so everybody's like, "They did it! They were reborn!"
They did the better version of it. Yeah.
Did they
No,
skin
it's
Mugen
really
characters?
cool. I don't know if you saw Mint had
So
I don't know if it was like
back.
a full concert or whatever.
Break your fucking.
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah, she's had karaoke's and stuff, but
Oh,
she
it's
was
so
actually
good.
like people dancing at a concert to her singing, and it was very much Pomu coded. There were a bunch of people shouting and stuff. I'm like, yes, she's so fucking back.
I'm so glad that she came back. I watched her Ghost Trick stream. Oh, it was so good. She's good. I didn't.
Yeah.
That's why I am all for graduations and moving to YouTube because then I can actually watch them. I'm sorry.
Well, she
I
was
love
already
all
on
my.
YouTube.
What's up?
Mint was already on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He said moving to YouTube.
Yeah. Was
But
Pomo on
Pom-
YouTube?
Yeah.
I thought she was on Twitch.
Niji all streams on YouTube.
They do?
Pretty much every corpo streams on YouTube.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's very rare that they stream on Twitch.
I wish
Like,
Henya would stream
Twitch
on YouTube.
corpo VTubers is kind of an oddity, unless they're like a smaller corpo.
I feel really bad because I'm a huge Henya fan, but I don't watch her streams because I don't like using Twitch.
Because they're on Twitch, yeah.
Because I have YouTube Premium, and so then I have to pay for I have to watch ads. But on Twitch, I have to watch ads. And it's like, no.
Block.
On my phone?
Yeah.
I have a selective ad blocker because iPhone I don't think lets you get an ad blocker unless I'm missing something.
You can use Firefox instead of Safari, and all of the Firefox extensions work on
But then
mobile
you
as
have
well.
to I want to watch through the Twitch app if I'm going to watch Twitch.
Yeah. Then no, not really.
Cuz then in that case I could just watch it through Google Chrome cuz I have uBlock Origin.
The Chrome plugins don't work on mobile.
Well, I guess uBlock Origin doesn't block ads from Twitch
You
anyway.
have to get you have to get one specifically designed for Twitch ads.
Fuck. Anyway, that's another reason why I don't like watching videos on Twitch. But yeah, I'm glad that they're very funny, and I'm glad that I'm watching them now. Doki Bird is cute. I wish my Doki merch would ship. I bought it in January, and it still hasn't even shipped yet.
Ooh.
Maybe I should reach out. I don't know. Should be like, hey, where's my Doki merch?
I do a little bit of searching to see if anybody else is.
I haven't heard of anybody else
talking
getting their
about it.
stuff, so
Okay.
I just
Because I
hope
don't
it's
know
not like
if
an
it was
entire year.
if it was a pre-order or
No,
I
it was.
don't- I'm
It
not
was
sure
supposed to be
exactly.
just like a regular order.
yeah. But I don't know if she's like tweeted about it or something and we just missed it or whatever.
Just be like, hey, is the merch? Well, I think if I was nice about it, it wouldn't matter. If I was just like, hey,
True. But
hey,
make
what's
sure
up with
you're,
the
like,
merch?
extra nice about it, because it could just be something where she's like, maybe she got overwhelmed and tweeted about it and was like, I'm looking for somebody to fulfill it or something, and you don't want to be the guy that just like, I want my merch.
I'm a hater, for real. Certified hater.
Yeah.
Certified hater. Alrighty then. Well, that's pretty much it for me. Hopefully next week, I don't know, you're probably going to be dead after Offkai next week.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm planning on streaming next week.
Fuck. Well, I mean, you
I'll
didn't
have to-
stream this
I'll
week.
have to see how I feel. Well, yeah, that's true. But I'll have to see how I feel, even if I want to join a Minecraft Tuesday, because
I want my Ace Gang and Chat
probably-
Triggers merch. That's something I'm working on with Gigi. Is I want to design some Ace Gamer 3D printed merch for my Etsy once it gets off the ground. I don't know. I'm getting more excited by the possibility. I used to not want to do it because I didn't want to be like a sellout, but I don't know. It's kind of
But why not
exciting
be
to
a
be able to
sellout?
design stuff. What?
why not be a sellout? I think if people are willing to pay for
That's what's
cool
changed
stuff
my
you make,
mind is
yeah.
I don't know if they're watching, but Makers Lab commenting and asking about like every service, and I was like, I don't do any paid stuff because I don't want people to have to feel like they have to support me. And he was like, well, I want to. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I didn't think about that. Because like I'm not a person who is like able to monetarily support a lot of the creators that I watch. So it's like I don't want people to feel bad, but it seems like a lot of people would be interested in that. And I would love... I also don't want to seem like I'm a peon, but it seems like I'm the only person that really looks at it that way. I'm an old head. I used to watch YouTube back when doing sponsorship deals was like doing things like today's sponsors Dollar Shave Club was seen as like don't do that. So like that's why I'm like really gun shy to do any like monetary stuff because I don't want to seem like a sellout. But YouTube has changed so much since when I first started watching YouTube, and so I think that's kind of like an outdated take to have now. So anyway, I'm working on setting up an Etsy where I'll be selling a lot of the stuff that I 3D model. My hope is to keep almost all of my models free. I'd like to make some premium models that maybe I charge for the model. But I'm planning on keeping most of my models free in that regard. And then instead just selling like printed versions of the stuff that I model. I feel like that would be the best way to keep everything the way that it is while still growing. Anyway, so yeah, if you're interested in, I'm going to do my wrap up here, Kirby. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. If you're interested in my streams, I will be back on Thursday playing Lego Marvel Superheroes with Gigi, which I'm really excited to do because I love streaming with Gigi. She's not here, so I can be cringy when talking about her. But I'm really excited to stream with her again. I've been wanting to play a Lego game for a while. Also, there is a chance that I will be streaming on Twitch. I don't know how big that chance is, but that will be posted about on my Twitter. So if you don't follow me on Twitter and you'd like to stay up to date on when I am going live, please follow my Twitter. Aside from that, I have a video coming on Friday. Very cool video, not to toot my own horn, but I'm very excited with how it turned out. So that should be coming out all cool. And if you're only interested in Minecraft, the next time I stream Minecraft should be Tuesday around the same time, or next Tuesday around the same time. So yeah, with all that being said, is there anything else you wanted to add, Kirby, or is that it?
Nope, not really.
All right, well, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye!